Yes.
Good day to you, and welcome back once again. We are live and direct with another episode of I Got Next Street Fighter Community Podcast discussion, hosted by discussion moderator myself, Shadow Ace, aka Modern Ace, and Sir Retro, aka the May have Make It himself on production. And this is season 4, episode 11. We are more than halfway through the season here now on the show today, and we got a special guest with us. Before we introduce them, we want to remind you, as always, if you missed out on a previous episode, please feel free to check them out on Reboot Retrocade Gaming's YouTube channel. Then select that tab that's labeled podcast for that season 1 through season 4 playlist with 4 episodes, all available on YouTube. Over 40 hours of content for your listening pleasure. Whether you're cleaning up the house or cleaning up somebody in Street Fighter, throw the cast on real quick and enjoy the vibes, yo. With that being said, my name is Shadow Ace, one half of the Street Fighter I Got Next team, who collaborates and moderates these discussions. I've been a competitive Street Fighter player for over about 15 years, starting all the way back to Vanilla Street Fighter 4 as my introduction into the FGC community. I played El Fuerte in 4, Ed in 5, and now Jamie in 6. Commentator, TO, podcaster, a man of many hats here in the Georgia scene. Speaking of hats, a man who wears just as many is Sir Retro. Sir Retro, introduce yourself to the good people.
Hey everyone, for those who do know, and for those who do not know, I'm Sir Retro, the other half of the podcast series. As Shadow has said, of course, I'm wearing many hats too. Mainly focus on being the TO, head TO of the Middle Georgia FGC, specifically for the grassroots of Reboot Retrocade Gaming and for the esports Swag Out Nerds. So basically, of course, commentator, coach, competitor, TO, public relations of all, pretty much streamer all at once. But definitely excited for another episode of the podcast series, and definitely have a guest I believe kind of familiar. Not our first time having a special guest come more than once, but definitely good to see this person again. Pretty much glad that he has always something wise to say, and definitely he will. Hey, he wake you up, and he'll make sure you be put on game. So who do we have once again as a special guest, Shadow Ace?
All right. So as it stands right now, I mean, just a quick note before we bring them on here. I just realized that we had I think we've done over 20 unique different guests right now. We had a few repeats. And I was just looking at the list here, and I'm counting like 20 different guests that we had so far, plus more here on the show. That's wild to think about, man. That's something you just be like, hey, you just do it, and then it just becomes a part of history. So we'll keep going, but all right, but yeah, now we host this podcast series called I Got Next. For today's show, we do have a returning special guest, as requested by the people. Y'all wanted a part two, so we'll give you the part two, man. Y'all wanted him to pull up, so here he is. Welcome back, Joel. Joel, the Ryu enthusiast, and also Cammy player in Street Fighter 6 too as well. Your character got second at Capcom Cup. Joel, how you doing today, man?
Uh, uh, I'm doing good, man. Glad to be here. Thank y'all for having me, man. Uh, my character is not Ryu anymore, but yeah, it's nice to see that I did used to be a Ryu player, but I think if I did compete again, I think I've told you guys like I would play Ryu this now because I think he's so extremely strong. Um, but yeah, man, I've been chilling, man. I haven't been playing too much Street Fighter. I've been kind of focused on real life stuff, but I keep up now and then when I can.
Okay. All right, there's nothing wrong with that. The real life matchup is kind of get prioritized over many other things here, which can be the case for a lot of our players out here. But they still have the love for the game. They come back to the game every now and then, and it'll still be here for when they return. So we'll go ahead and dive into our panel. Here we got a few things to talk about here on episode 11. I think it's been a while since we graced the airwaves here. But yeah, Capcom Cup 11, you know what I'm saying? This past weekend, the aftermath of it. Big congratulations to Kakaru, the JP guy, won a mill. He also won that tournament in Saudi Arabia for the Esports World Cup. And now this it's wild to me. Like you keep like is he do we keep doing this? Does he keep going? Does he keep playing? Like I'm sure he's gonna keep playing. I think the funny story was that after like at his when he was doing his acceptance speech for the trophy, he told a story about like apparently his wife kind of scolded him because he wanted to play by. Uh, he wanted to pick my, but she told him to get that BS out of here and stick with your main. I mean, she was right though, because I felt like if he went in with my during the Capcom Cup run, I don't think he would have made it to the grand finals. Respectfully, nothing against the only fan my players out there, but she's still kind of new to the world of Street Fighter 6. Um, and unfortunately, I did miss a good majority of the matches due to like time zone differences. But I don't. I think retro. I think you caught a good glimpse of them. They're just like for the bracket. I mean, like the group stage matches. You had a chance to check those out.
Yeah, I did. So like the following day, they have the archives already up because they streamed it on YouTube and on Twitch, but mostly YouTube. For me, easier access at the time. And whoo, man, I'll tell y'all, those were some matches. Those some were heartbreaking, some were all intense, and definitely, no doubt they were close. Well, in some cases, because what I've seen and how I thought things were going to play out and how it's going to end is shook. I want to think like it didn't completely shook in some sense, to an extent, but some highlight moments to see how my predictions came out, whether they were wrong or right. Yeah, but the fact, I mean, just some moments you did not expect to. All right, for example, I'll bring up. I did not. What I. All right, I did not expect for example, Zangief Balado from Brazil beating Tokido. Not to say that Tokido is not can lose and so forth, or not, whatever, not that strong. It's the fact that you have the expectations of him, knowing his history, knowing his experience, everything like that. And at times you do see that we have like that. Like I said, we had the predictions last episode, and we're like, yeah, Takedo make it out. He's very strong. He's consistent. Even though, I mean, granted, yes, you saw he did make it out, but the fact that it was he crawled out. he had some bumps and bruises like and scratches, and that man barely made out of that group because not only lost to Zangief Balado, because the way that ended, he just kept jumping towards Zangief, and dude was like, "All right, I'm gonna keep OD Lariat," and then he did it again and OD Lariat anti-air, and I forgot what the last thing that the Balado did to finish it, but I was like, and I remember in our group chat at one point we were like, "Why Taquito is jumping? Why does no?" And I showed it to our Zangief player, and he's like, "Why Taquito keep jumping?" And he knows that he's gonna Lariat. I'm like, sometimes maybe that, hey, he's not going to do that again. I'm going to jump in. And nope, anti-air. Nah, you know what? He's not going to do it again. I'm going to jump in. And you saw. But that happened, and then Jabin beating Taquito again. And I was one to say, in that sense, what happened at Red Bull was not a fluke. Because I knew when I know the first thing that people saw that, Jabin beat him at Red Bull, everybody like, whoa, that's an upset. And they're like, nah, that Taquito just slow. He just kind of like wasn't there at the moment, or, Jabin was lucky, he was random. He did that third. Jabin said, all right, I did that once. You want to see him do that again? But, just those matches that, even though, like I said, Taquito made it out, it's the process that shook me, that surprised me. Whew. I mean, then of course I think the biggest one that shook me the most, and I think that was when pretty much we'll probably talk more about 15-year-old Ryu said, Ryu is probably one main character Street Fighter, right? Let me show you why he is the Street Fighter character.
Besides, look, the face of Street Fighter, bro. The face.
Yes. Blah said, let me tell you, and no, let me show you. I looked at the record, 3 O's. Not 3-1, or the 2 O's, or so. Not, 2 1s, not this. He said cleaning people. That dude cleaned 5-0 in his. I think the only player that's 5-0 in the group. That Ryu just.
He also played Akuma and.
Yeah, he played all shoulders actually. Yeah. Yeah, he played Akuma, like he said, right? He played Akuma as well, with just the Ryu, because in general, like everyone, go between Ken and Akuma, and of course there was lots of Kens in this go around, but Ryu said, "I may be 40 something years old," and
there was a lot of Kens.
It was let's see, you had Takamura, like it was like divided, but it was, I'd say more Kens than Akuma. It was Takamura, Angry Bird, who else
Taquito. Oh, that's 3.
Yeah, Taquito played. Yeah, Taquito even picked Ken for the most part. Let me see. I can easily go to that the bracket. No, not the bracket. The character list. And let's see. You had. I know at least 5 Kens. I know that for sure. Okay, there we go. Phenom, Takamura, Taquito, Limestone, Uriel, Valerio, Angry Bird, and like I said, Blas played one of them. Oh, Emperor as well.
Blas, Angry Bird played Ken. He didn't play Rashid.
Yeah, Angry Bird.
Angry Bird, not Big Bird. I'm tripping.
No,
Angry Bird is the
pitch. I think Angry. But I know in the group they had him like a potential pocket Angry Bird, or Rashid. But no, he played. He played.
I think he got Akuma and Ken. He played Akuma and Ken because I remember when I was watching the top 16, they said that he didn't like the Ken Akuma matchup, so he ended up facing I forget who was the other Akuma player, but he played Akuma.
Shuto.
versus him. Was it Shuto that he beat? He sent them to losers? Because I know Blas eliminated Shuto.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. That's right, the top 16. I'm looking at the group. I'm sorry. Yeah. Because it was... Yeah, but still, like, it was a lot more Kens than almost just as many Akumas. But you had, besides, you had Kusanagi that played Ryu, but also has a pocket Luke, apparently. But then Blas was the other Ryu that mainly used Ryu. And I think that was it. Yeah, because there was two Zangiefs, and Itabashi Zangief was heartbreaking. He got cooked. And then Zangief Balado.
Was it though? Is it heartbreaking? I didn't think it was heartbreaking. I think he deserved to lose exactly where he lost at.
I would like to tell me.
Why would you?
Elaborate.
Break that one down. Yeah.
Not that I disagree with you in a sense, but I'd like to, let you have the floor, man. I talked a lot.
I think Itabashi Zangief has a certain way of playing. And I think it's really amazing when he does win a tournament. But I don't think he'll ever win a tournament that big because of the way he plays. And I also think Zangief is a character I would never take to a tournament like that. Very one-dimensional character. All you try to do is really just kind of get in, implement your game, and 50-50 them to death. I do think Itabashi is a good player. I've had the pleasure of playing him in Street Fighter 4 a few times. But essentially, he's going to make sure you can't jump at him. He has pretty good footsies. I don't think they're like super above average or anything like that. But he understands the type of character he's playing. So, like, he really uses the fact that he has a lot of life to make mistakes to just get in and force his way in and then kill you like that. I personally have never been a fan of that type of play style, to each their own. But when he does lose, it's like some of his losses he brings on himself. But that's just the nature of that character, though, to be fair. But I've never seen Itabashi bring out or break out any other character in my life. I think he's like dies with Zangief. If Zangief is good, he's good. If Zangief's bad, he's bad.
So you kind of like when you were analyzing it, you could see why, like you understand why he's losing because you
I mean it's obvious in my opinion.
Okay, it's something. Yeah,
you get from watching watching that play. One character in any fighting game, you're subject to the weakness of those characters, so you're gonna die with the character, and you never really truly want to be a player. And I was subject to that. Like I only played Ryu in Street Fighter 4. And so I had to, like, when I fought the Sim matchup, I was like, well, Joel, you only play Ryu. Luckily, he's a complete character, so he can, like win the matchup. But you subject yourself to playing those matchups. So, but he's always done it. And Geef is a very incomplete character. But what I see is a player who really is a very niche, just grappler player, only a grappler player. And I don't see a player who's a very complete player. I see a player who's only good in one area. And so because of that, I don't see him ever winning like a Capcom Cup or an Evo. I think he can maybe get away with maybe winning one Premier or maybe something under a Premier tournament, but I don't see him ever being able to win Capcom Cup. I don't think it will ever happen for him.
I've never in a game like that to get to. I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but to get to that level, you would recommend having that secondary character because there's like levels. I mean, there's levels to it. Like you can. I'm not gonna say it's like a one-trick pony type of play style. But
that's exactly what it is.
It's exactly what it is. Okay. Yeah, because that's something to think about, right? Like you have that you're mentally conditioned to play that style. So, do you feel like that's a weakness of a player?
100%. What's stopping them from playing Dal Sim against them? What's stopping them from playing a character who just has strong zoning and then he loses?
And that's the ceiling. And they've hit the ceiling.
So it's like, what if I got to fight the best, Ryu player in the world and I'm playing Zangief? Bro, you're going to lose. You're essentially banking on that you can get that Ryu player to make a mistake and then kill him. I'm never gonna play a character that forces me to make sure that my opponent has to make a mistake for me to win. I'm just gonna be better than you. Give me a character who, if I'm better than you, I can show it and I can just beat you. I don't want to ever bank on my opponent having to make a mistake for me to beat them.
Okay.
So it's like, and at that level, people are playing at such a high level. Sometimes it comes down to who makes that mistake first, but you don't want to bank off of winning like that. You want to be able to beat your opponent on their best day. And that's what you should be preparing for when you go to a tournament. I feel like it is impossible to do that with Geese. Somebody's got to screw up because of the nature of that, or just in the nature of the grappler in most cases. Those characters can run you over once they get momentum because of the nature of those characters. But like in general, it's very, very hard for you to see like a Marissa, a Lily, even though Lily won Combo Breaker, but that wasn't a premier level tournament. Shout out to Chakotay. But like that's not a premier level tournament. That's not a tournament that gets you in a CanCon Cup. I want to win Southeast Asia majors. I want to win Japan Evo. I want to win Evolution. Those tournaments get me into Capcom Cup. What are the characters that won those tournaments? Very complete characters. Very complete characters win those tournaments. You get what I'm saying? So like
Exactly.
you're in fighting games in general, I'm not saying you're only as good as the character you pick, but you don't want to be held back by your character. That's how
So
when
you
people ask,
encourage.
hey, well, who you think I should play? I usually don't recommend grapplers. I can in some cases, like I think Marissa might be able to. I don't know how good she is now, but Marissa was like, okay, I can see this character winning if you have some good footsies. I can see this character winning if you doing certain things, right? But characters like Lily, to where she has to launch her body at you, or she's using like one button to play footsies with, I'm like, if I put a good Shotokan on you, or if Sagat gets put in the game, or Guile is like, you're going to be the one taking risks to get in. You know what I mean? And I don't think anybody at a high level wants to be subject to playing to somebody else's pace. That puts you at a severe disadvantage. So, that's why I've always favored characters like Ryu, Cammy, Akuma's great, Guile's great. Those characters are very complete. I think Guile, the only weakness Guile truly has is the fact that he's a charged character, right? So, yeah, man, I think Itabachi Zangief, sadly, and he's been playing the game like that for years. Yeah, I just don't see it. I could be wrong. I hope he proves me wrong. I do think he is a good player in the sense that he's really good in that one area. Like he's legendary for that. And I applaud him for that. But from an analytical standpoint, it's a huge weakness. Very, very big weakness. You never want to, in my opinion, only be a player who can only do one thing. And it at least not be a show. At least not it be such a complete character. Like if you only play Ryu, I'm like, well, it's Ryu. Like he can win every matchup, right? Oh well, he's only a Ryu player. Ryu is Street Fighter. You're not winning with Ryu unless you legitimately that good. So it's like I'm okay with you going into with a character like that by itself at that level of a tournament. If you're like that, you can win.
Mm-hmm.
So, but if you're playing characters like that, man, nah, bro, that's not gonna cut it. It's not gonna cut it.
So eventually, you'll hit that wall. You'll hit the. You're definitely hitting the wall. I feel like in a way you're kind of limiting yourself. Like you said, you're kind of limiting yourself, right? Because you have it shows that you have the ability to play another character, but you're choosing to stick with that character because you're the most comfortable with them. Even you have the most experience with that character, and trying to kind of essentially start over, or like begin again, getting all that experience with another character, that can be kind of like a mentally taxing thing.
Well, I mean, yeah. My bad for cutting you off. Were you done, bro? You can keep going.
No, I was just saying, like, because what I feel like what a lot of people do is when they second guess themselves on picks, especially in like matches and things of that nature. They kind of go for a character they probably just started playing with, like maybe for like a month or like a week or something. They don't see the results. They don't see the same results that they could be getting with the other character. So they second guess themselves as a player and only kind of commit to. They'll go back to that original character that they kind of got comfortable with. I think that limits themselves to open themselves up from seeing the game in like a different angle. I feel like if you could get another character under your belt, you can definitely view the game from a different point. Which is why it's kind of, I would say, like the archetype that you're playing, like play an opposite of an archetype. You know, if it's like if you're like, for example, you playing a grappler, main a Shoto, you playing a Shoto, main a grappler. I feel like you want to have a character that can cover what your main character could be struggling in, like matchup wise. Um, but
So if I
you
play
know,
a Shoto, what covers a Shoto besides Dalsun? I'm just gonna play a rushdown character at that point.
I mean, you're playing a balanced character. You're playing
Yeah,
a
like that
character that can
character
fight all
shows you
archetypes. Mm,
the thing about playing those type of characters. And
mhm.
I'm gonna go back to Itabashi because that was like the topic. But the thing about playing the characters, those type of characters, they teach you how to play every angle of the game because they have a lot of reach. This game is programmed, right? It has a ceiling. No matter how hard you go, everybody hits a ceiling. Once everybody knows everything, it comes down to play styles and you being able to adapt to that player's play style and then being able to capitalize off of them as a player, right? If you play a Shoto, on paper, Shotos are perfect. They have no weakness. They have, especially a character like Akuma. Name a weakness Akuma has, besides the fact that he's got low life. He has more tools than almost anybody, right? The only reason Akuma loses is because of the human factor. That's it. Those characters, Ryu doesn't really have a weakness. Ken doesn't really have a weakness. Uma doesn't really have a weakness. The only thing that those characters have, quote unquote, weakness is like if you have a long range character, they don't have no super long reaching normals. So like characters like Sim could give them trouble. Characters who go through fireballs, but like people used to tell me like, oh well, Blanca beats Ryu. What if I don't check the fireball? Then what? Now, I don't. It doesn't seem like such a bad matchup. Also, I could just crouch and forward him to death. He doesn't have an answer to that. What's going to stop me from walking him down, walking, blocking, and crouching forward him to death? Nothing. There's really nothing stopping him. Now, the type of discipline you have to do that with a Shotokan, you have to be playing a lot and you have to be sharp. So those characters, the only thing is like the practice and the discipline. So, the thing with, I think people, human nature, and how people pick their characters, they going to gear towards the character they pick what they're strongest at, and they're going to focus on what they're strong at. And so that determines when they're going to find comfortability first, then they're going to find exactly what they're strong at, and then they're going to go from there. And I think it's a weakness some players have when they go exactly, because me and my brother were having this conversation, funny enough, because I've been playing Marvel Rivals. And he's always like, you should just play in always go for your strong at. And I disagree. I think you want to cover all your bases. I actually am a fan of somebody who likes to work where they're weak at and be like, I want to get covered here because I don't need somebody coming from the side of my head right here because I'm weak here. And then they slap you up in an area that's not good. Oh, I don't want to play a fireball character because I'm weak at zoning. That could save you. You're going to fight the Zangief mirror? You could just play Guile and then get him out of there. Then what? You know what I'm saying? So it's like I think it's good to always be open to getting better in other areas and not always concentrating exactly what you're good at. You know what I'm saying? Like I think that's the problems Itabashi had. It's a guess. I don't know him personally, but it's hard for me to believe that you would just stay on Geef even in the patches that he's weak in because you probably can't do anything else at a higher level.
So he's going
And so
in with
that's
what you
why
know.
I disagree with what he said. Sir Retro, because it's like, how can you? Like, there's almost no way. There was no way. If somebody would have told me that Itabashi Zangief was going to win Capcom Cup, I'd slap fire out their mouth.
It probably me.
It probably me.
Yeah.
Yes, it's no way. There was no shot for him to win. There was no shot for certain people to win that tournament, just alone on the character select screen.
They lose at the character select screen.
You can lose and win at the character select screen, bro. Straight up. You can lose. Okay, to me, winning that type of tournament, you really win it before you show up. So let's start with that. Your preparation is what wins you that type of tournament. You know who you're playing against. They tell you the group that you're in before you even arrive. When you get out of that group stage, you have a pretty good idea who's going to make it out their group. So do you not? They're seeded. Those tournaments are seeded, right? You're going to study your group. You're going to be like, who's in this group? Who do I have in my arsenal? What am I good at? What are they bad at? And you're going to prepare like that. The reason I was such a fan, my favorite player of that tournament was that 15-year-old kid, Blaze Ryu or however it's pronounced, because he played a character that you just have to be good at the game. That's why I've always been a fan of Ryu. You can tell that kid plays a lot. That kid has a lot of discipline. That kid's so immaculate. Everything he did, man, he was just like, yo, I can whiff punish. I got a good fireball game. I know all these situations. If you try to fake, dude, he did. Yo, you want to know what he did? That was so impressive to me. So the match did you guys see the match where he fought Shoto in top 16?
Bro.
Okay, bro. So Shoto tried to bait a light DP with the demon flip. He did drive rush, stand jab, crumpled him, and juggled him into a light DP in a level 3. Bro?
Who does that?
Preparation. That's what does that. He knows he's played that matchup so much, man. He knew Akuma was a meta pick, and he was like, I'm going to prepare myself to fight this matchup at the highest level possible. And I'm gonna put myself in situations where I know what a good Akuma player is gonna do. And he also plays the character, mind you. He knows what Shoto's thinking just based on where they're standing at. That's a masterful Street Fighter player. That kid at 15 is playing like that. He's the future. He's gonna be the best in the world. There's no way. He cannot be stopped. He won't be stopped. If he keeps playing like that, bro, forget about
15. 15 is wild.
15 years old, you almost won $1 million, but you wouldn't be able to tell me shit. You wouldn't be able to tell me nothing.
You still got a nice check, but you know what I'm saying?
$1 million?
You still got a nice check.
Yo. At 15, and I live in Chile? Oh my gosh. Yo, my mom and ain't nobody, bro, what? I'm going to keep playing. And you can tell he loves that game.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
He was not doing none of that shit for the money, bro. He truly loves that game. He was smiling. He didn't feel no pressure. You could tell he was like, yo, I'm just doing me. Everybody's loving it. Everybody had his name on the boards. They were cheering for him, bro. Against their players. When Shoto and him were playing, they had his name on the board. I'm like, yo, you all Japanese, bro. What are y'all doing?
Yeah.
That kid is, bro, undeniably like, and I can tell. So some things I do believe, like, I don't believe in natural talent. I do believe that you have an innate ability to catch on quicker than others, but you can tell a lot of that stuff was preparation with him and how much he plays. Because he's so naturally talented. No, that's how good Ryu looks when a player that is that good and knows a lot.
Yeah, because he didn't lose he didn't lose a single set in this group, right?
Yep.
Bro, in the group stage, he was cleaning people up.
Yep.
It was like, yo, this kid is insane. Like, that kid's insane. You can't say he ain't know the matchup. That's for you. They've been in the game for 20-something years now. There ain't nothing changed about him. They finally gave the guy a new move, finally, which is crazy. that new move is crazy. I've been telling people, I'm like, yo, that move is nuts. But oh, he's a fraud. How?
Fraud? Nah, no.
How? You can't say that about him. You can't take none of that stuff he just did away. You know, Kakaru, he's the best in the world. We had a pretty good idea. Like my friend, two of my friends had him picked to win. I was like, why? Because I hadn't been picking up. He was like, yo, he just looks like he's the best right now. That's all they told me. They're like, I'm like, it's JP though. They're like, yo, JP's still good. But you know, I have some other friends, I will not say their names, that thought JP sucks. And I always thought that was crazy.
What?
But yeah, they didn't think he could win a tournament. I'm not going into that.
Fair.
But you know, I can see why somebody could think that's another one of those characters that does something exceptionally well, and then he has a weakness in another area. But I think the only weakness JP would have, but it's something that can't really. If he wakes up EX, the fucking what's that move called? You know, where he like
embrace or something like that, like the parry or something.
Oh, amnesia.
Yeah, and then he like backs up and then puts you in a mix essentially.
Yeah.
That move, if you could grab that move, I'd be like, yeah, he's weak on wake up. But it's hard for me to say that a character like that, that's not weak on wake up, is not good. Because he doesn't have the weakness of a regular zoner. Like usually if you get on top of a zoner, they have a hard time getting up off their back. Do I think JP can get ran over? Yes, but not for the reasons that a zoner would usually get ran over. Does that make sense?
Oh no, that actually completely makes sense. I get it.
Yeah.
So, amnesia does help a lot for him. That
that's what the move's called, amnesia. Yeah.
Amnesia.
So like,
yeah, that's right.
That move is crazy. And so like, you know, somebody who really understands the character, and then like, I do think, you know, he got a favorable matchup in grand finals. I do think JP gives Ryu a hard time. Ryu can totally win it, though, not trying to take anything away from Kakaru, because he made it to that grand finals position winners. You know, and Kakaru, we know how good he is. He's immaculate. That dude is amazing. He's beaten the best players in the world, played on some of the biggest stages, very consistent, one of the most consistent Street Fighter 6 players. So it's like not surprising. So that's Blas was like the MVP of that tournament. He's the reason I enjoyed it so much.
Yeah,
you know, that's who I was expecting you to see, because I'm like, Joe gonna love this. Like, woo! I loved it. I'm a low key Ryu fan over all the shotos, even though like, you know, I don't play shows in general. I don't like shows personally. I think they're boring personally. But Ryu low key is like my favorite shoto to see in action. At the Street Fighter V era, like I think he deserved a lot more respect.
Oh yeah. They shat on my boy in 5. I was sad. I had to switch off of him. I was like, man, you cannot win, bro. But you know, I'm glad that they showed him a lot of love, well-deserved love in this game. Season 1, I was like still questioning whether he could win, and then I think it was like season 2 when they went to season 2. I literally was up in Pain Boss Discord. I'm like, he can win. Don't say nothing to me. He can win. He's got everything he needs and some. Like Ryu was immaculate in season 2. As soon as season 2, I was like, he can win. You gotta be mad good, but he can win. The way, so let me tell everybody a secret. This is how you know Ryu's actually able to win. Or look at the characters in the game. Look at who beats him, and then look at how many mistakes Ryu allows you to make. And not only that, if he's how many characters, if he has a hard time, can you stop him from advancing forward? That's how you know if Ryu's good or not.
You know what? Because I played Monday when Dat Dip hosted his stream / group For like session, I play against Bareface and play against Ryu. Yeah, I can attest to that.
And if you
You
can't stop Ryu
you
from
can't stop him.
advancing forward, he's too good of a character. So like, and then another thing is this character kills you in 2 hits.
Yes.
If he has level 2.
God damn, I got hit so many times.
In 2 hits, if you got a full stick of butter, bro, and he's got some drive rush meter, he only got to cancel in the drive rush twice just to kill you.
Got full stick of butter, he can cook.
You can't tell me that character. I think, and I've been saying this, yo, he's top 3. I had him top 3.
Ooh.
And everybody was like, Joe, if you think that, why aren't you playing him? I don't play seriously anymore, but I see it because I've played with that character for over a decade. I was one of the best ones, in the world. I can see that character. I know how good he is and how bad he is when he's bad. I know how bad he is when he's bad, and I know how good he is when he's good. That character's immaculate right now. That character's disgusting. He's $1 million character. He can get it done.
I mean,
I was around a bunch of Ryu players making. I'm like, yo, shut up. He's too good. Don't tell me he sucks.
Because it's funny because I remember everyone been back and forth about downplaying Ken and then talking about Akuma. It's all been the Ken versus Akuma, and Ryu just like
he's the best. He's the best Shoto in the game by a lot. I don't think you're talking about the most stable. You're talking about the best fireball. You're talking about the easiest potential to burn you out because of his new move. Bro, if Ryu burns you out and he's got drive meter left, you're chipped. You're out of there. If you have a quarter, you're gone. There's not a lot of characters who can just checkmate you like that. That's it. Drop the controller. It's a true strength. It's a wrap.
Playing Street Fighter 6 now, ain't we?
I mean, I'm laughing because it's true.
Like, there was a situation with Blas where he was fighting Angry Bird because he was the one that eliminated him.
My God.
He burnt him out, and he literally didn't do a full damage combo. He went for the burnout potential. He burnt him out, and Angry Bird had lost right there. He really lost right there. Man. He had a lot of life. I was like, yo, you're not going to be able to do anything.
Now, let me ask you this then.
What's that move called? Kuseki or whatever?
Mm-hmm.
Like he's just going to keep doing that. Stand a light, like Goseki. Boom, stand a light, like Goseki. Oh, boom, crouching medium punch. Medium goes. I'm like, okay, bro, you're chipped. It's a wrap. He's got a full stick of butter. What you going to do?
Literally cooked.
He's going to get cooked. You can't do anything. I've left you optionless. It's checkmate.
Damn. Have you ever had the philosophy of playing for the meter?
You are if you can't play. You know?
Yeah, I said, Joel.
What's up?
I said, have you ever heard of the philosophy of playing for the meter instead of the life lead?
Yeah, man. That's it. You got to do that in this game. You got to do that in this game. You got to.
Once I applied that philosophy, I said, I see it now. I see it now. Like most people, they will intentionally drop a combo because either they know it'll scale or just they won't do enough damage, or they'll try to go for a reset just to put somebody in burnout now.
Oh.
And when you ask them, I say, hey man, why didn't you finish that combo? Well, I said, well, I wanted to go for the reset to try to burn them out. And I thought about it and I said, instead of going for that combo, he had a point. Because once you put him in burnout, it kind of like in that checkmate situation.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he made sure when he with the combo he hit him with, because he didn't quote unquote drop it, he knocked him down. He could have did something more optimal in terms of taking more of their life bar. But he made sure that he was like, I'm going to be able to land a meaty into Light Gosheki. This is going to burn him out. And there's no gap. If you do Light Gosheki, there's only a gap if you do medium and heavy. But he did light. So that's it. He was burnt out. You can't mash super through that. You can't do anything. You can't DP through it. You're stuck. From what I've heard, I have not actually studied and played Ryu. Well, no, I've studied Ryu. I have not played a Ryu. So I could be wrong, but I believe if you do stand light into light go sheki, like stand jab, light go sheki, you're gone. Like this, it's a wrap. You can't do anything about that. So I saw him do that. He did that. I was like, oh wow, this kid is really intelligent with the way he does things. So that's hours and hours upon playing, bro. Because you don't. There's not hasn't been a Ryu that plays Ryu at that level in this game. He is by far. It's like a huge gap. Like there's Blaze Ryu, and then there's everybody else.
Did you see?
Go ahead.
If you made a comparison versus his play style, like versus somebody like another Ryu, take another Ryu for example, and just compare the play style. What was he doing different that the other Ryu was doing? Like
He
what
always
was the
was punished for
situation?
crouching roundhouse. Always. Like if you whiffed, he was right there with crouching roundhouse. His crouching medium kick placement, his crouch forward placement is immaculate. He understands the mechanics of the game than most Ryu players because he used neutral and drive rushes in places to punish certain things that I don't see other Ryu players punishing. So like a lot of people when they were fighting him, they try to bait the light DP anti-air out of him. And he was like, if you jump right here, I'm going to drive rush and I'm going to stand jab you and then I'm going to juggle you off the stand jab drive rush. When I saw that, I was like, don't jump at this kid. It's free damage. You can't trick him. Like you couldn't do anything to trick this kid. You had to just be better than him. And a lot of people, you can trick a lot of Ryu players. You cannot trick this kid because he understands every option depending where he's standing at. And I've always told people, like, hey, Joel, what does it take to be a really good Street Fighter? Street Fighter is about a game being at the right place at the right time on the right part of the screen for opportunity.
Okay.
That's why you play certain matchups at a certain distance depending on what character you're playing and what character your opponent's playing against.
Okay. That makes sense. That definitely makes sense. Positioning. You said button placement. Button placement was on point. You know?
Yeah.
So
and you understand the matchup. He understood everything. He didn't question anything he did. The only player who was better than him at the tournament is the man that won the tournament. That's the only player sent him to losers. I believe it was Kakaru, right?
Kakaru,
Correct me if I'm
Kakaru
wrong.
sent him to losers.
Yep.
And then beat him in the grand finals. There was only one person. Only one player stopped him from winning that tournament. And it's not that he couldn't beat him. Just wasn't his day, I believe. If Blas continues to play at the rate he's playing at, he's going to be the best in the world. And I don't think there's anybody who can stop him from being the best in the world. 15 years old, G, get the fuck out of here. He's going to win an Evolution. He's going to win a Capcom Cup. There's nothing stopping him. I'm a believer. 15, dog, who's going to stop him, Ace?
The power of youth is definitely on his side. The time is on his side.
The time is like, yo, the guy who beat him has a wife, man, and he's probably got a day job. You know, he's playing when he can.
Right.
So
he has all the time in the world, yeah.
It's like you're not stopping this kid wherever.
Uh-oh.
My bad. I had a little slight connection issue. Give me a sec.
Welcome back.
All right, we back. We back though. We back.
Real quick. There we go. But yeah, there's nothing stopping this kid, man. Like Kakaru was better than him, but it wasn't by much. And like he's gonna have time. Like he has nothing but time also, right? So it's like, good luck. When I think about Capcom 11, Blas Ryu. That's what I think about Capcom 11.
Yeah.
Capcom 12. Blas
He's the star.
Again?
I will put my money on him again. But next year, if he makes Capcom Cup, I'm putting money on that kid. 100%. I believe he'll win the tournament.
Well, if Kakaru pulls up, though, you know what I mean?
I don't care. I think he'll beat him.
Okay.
I'm a believer, bro. I'm a believer. I know,
Right.
bro. Like,
I mean,
yo,
you're 2-0 everybody in your group. Yeah, you definitely set a strong
yo, man,
precedent
I
of just
saw him
winning.
the first match, Zhao Bao. I saw how he tore up Zhao Bao's Bison. I was like, well, to be fair, I've told people I think Ryu wins that matchup. I think this is the first game where I think Ryu beats Bison. Like, I'm like, you can't stop me from fireballing you, bro. Like, what are you gonna actually do? But and then if Ryu touches you, say less, right? But he destroyed him. And then he destroyed. Bro, you saw what he did to Jian? Bro, I
Jin
thought
was
Jian
using
was
DJ. Was he using DJ?
Yes, bro. I thought Jian was like, I was like, okay. Jian gonna definitely put on this little dude. This styled on him. He reset him with an overhead. He did a combo, right? He dropped the combo on purpose just to do overhead. Just to style on him, Hey, let me see if I catch him asleep. Reset combo, hit the noggin up, and then he just freaking level 3. And I was like, this kid is disgusting. He doesn't feel any pressure. He's joking around with an evil evolution champion. He played with him and made him look easy.
Damn, yo.
But I'm just telling you, he's doing this at 15. If most people got to play GN in bracket, you want to know what they're going to say? Damn, I got to play GN in bracket. They told that kid he was going to play GN in bracket, and he was probably smiling like, oh, man, I can't wait to play him. He's a savage, yo. At 15 years old. Yo, you're done. I'm not going to lie to you. If I would have saw Blas, and when I was playing like Street Fighter 4, the one I took super, super serious, like I had no life that game. And I would have saw a Ryu player doing that at that age, I'd have quit.
I mean, there's some young players out there, but god dang,
I'd have quit. There's no way. There's no way. Fuck no. I don't have the time. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
You can't. You only gonna play this game if you love it. If you see something like that, bro, that's like. Do you guys watch fighting? Do you guys watch fighting like combat sports?
UFC,
boxing, that type of stuff.
Yep.
There are fighters. There are fighters who enter a division, and if they see a certain fighter, they'll move divisions. Blas is that type of player. Blas is that type of player. If you're not prepared to fight or beat this, or you can't beat this kid, you should stop playing. Like if you're playing this game only for money, you're not winning a damn tournament. I promise you. That kid has way too much time, bro. You're not beating it.
Yes. Yo, back up, yo. You got a day job, yo.
Yo, you can't do it.
You got bills and responsibilities, huh?
Yeah, bro. What?
Like
I don't like being broke. You like being broke? I don't like being broke. Street Fighter not paying my bills. Street Fighter paying your bills, eh? Last time I checked, probably not. So we gotta
he
work,
got
bro.
It, yeah. He got
I see a 15-year-old do that at Capcom Cup. I quit. I'm good. I'm straight.
You gotta play the kid. You say you done, yeah?
I'm straight.
I was like, he got it, bro.
Did you see that? Did you see that? If I'm Punk, I'm not scared. If I'm in Punk's position, or like maybe even Daigo's, Tokido's position, to where I could like really focus and keep up with him and contest him and beat him, I wouldn't quit. But if I had a day job and I'm actually trying to win, that kid should have killed your dreams. There's no shot you beat that kid working a 9 to 5. No shot. He showed it. Bro, those guys that he cooked in his group, the time got to like the amount of time he put into the game is what beat those players. Damn, I shouldn't be jumping at Ryu where I think, I can bait a light DP because he'll just drive rush, stand jab me, and then juggle me. Did you know Ryu could do that? I didn't know to do that.
Drive rush jab.
That was the highlight of the whole tournament for me. When I saw him doing shit like that, I was like, oh, shit. Well, damn. I've always had trouble, like, when I play Shotos in this game, like, even when I was playing Akuma, I'm like, when people jump like that, I just put a cross forward on them. If you do that to Blas Ryu's, bro, he's going to stand jab you into some nasty shit. Like, I'm like, what the? I was like, all right, bro, he got it. You got it. If he would have hit me, if I was playing him and I did that debate a DP and he stand jabbed me into light DP and level 3 me, I'd have been like, I lost. Like, I know I got another set, but that's it. I can't beat him.
And what was the parry game looking like? Was his parries
Bro, his
parrying a lot?
defense was on point. The kid had no weakness. You just have to be better than him. He's a complete player. The kid was a complete player. I guarantee you there's probably nobody from America who can beat him. There's barely anybody from Japan who can beat him. When I saw Tokido about to have another legendary run, like what I saw at Evo, I was like, oh, were you like, yo, Tokido's having such an amazing run. He winning the losers in his, his thing. He got out. He beat Fudo. It was looking like another legendary run, my boy. Like he got in the top 8. I was like, okay. And then I was telling all my friends, I'm like, he's not gonna beat Blas Ryudo. When nobody gonna beat that kid.
You
Like,
said that in advance.
He could play. He can beat who? He's scraping by every match. This kid isn't he is cutting people's heads off and smiling at the crowd and then pretending to do a sure you can have 3 wins. He's not beating that kid. Who? The dude who's wiping sweat off his forehead is gonna beat that kid? No, sir. No, sir.
Pack that up. Yeah.
No, sir. No, sir. You don't have a shot. This is not Street Fighter 5, my boy. You're not coming back if you're losing by a lot. It's not that type of game. You don't got no V trigger. You don't got none of that. You better be better.
Better be better, yo. You better be better.
You better be better. You're not. He's not. It's very easy. It's very telling who's better. Like, I like Street Fighter 6. I ain't got the time.
Mm-hmm. But you know who got the time? The 15-year-old.
Yeah, that 15-year-old kid, dude. He's like, Joel, if you come out here, you know what's happening to you. You're right. I'm going to stay in my lane.
He said, you right. You got it.
I'm going to stay in my lane. I'm going to stay. Bro, Ace, I'm telling you, I got hella years competing. Nobody would have scared me. That kid would have scared me as a player. I'd have been like, fuck no, I don't have a chance. Because of the time. If I had the time like I did in Street Fighter 4, I'd have stayed in there. I'd have been like, I'm playing 8 hours a day. I'm working out. I'm eating right. I'm prepared to fight something like that. Mm-hmm. Bro, I drive. I have a CDL. I'm fully certified. I got medical insurance. I got a good ass job. Make good money. But I got insurance 10 hours a day. I got work 10 hours a day. You know what this kid's doing? He's at home, bro. Playing. Those 10 hours, I'm in that truck driving it around downtown Atlanta. This kid's playing. No, bro, I'm good. I'm not even go out there and embarrass myself.
Damn.
I'm
that's
good.
When the journey ends.
I'm there, good. Yo. Nigga, what? You go fight him.
I got it.
Go fight him. I wish somebody would. I wish somebody from Georgia tell me they're going to win Capcom Cup. I wish somebody would. I wish anybody from Georgia. I already don't even think we can win a national major. That kid's going to be at a premiere. Wish somebody would. What's that Aki player's name? I wish somebody would tell me you could beat Blas for you, bro. He gonna make him look easy.
Bravery? No, not Bravery. Sorry. Broski?
He play it from here?
Man, whatever his name is, bro. I don't even know his name. The Aki player that goes to 404 and wins everything, apparently.
Oh, campaign.
Alex.
A campaign, yeah.
No shot. No shot. No shot. No shot. You better quit your day job. No shot. No shot, bro. No shot.
Was it
I wish somebody would from Georgia, man. They're like, yeah, we're going to win Capcom Cup, Joe. Okay. You have a day job? Yeah, you're done. You're done. Not because I don't think it's smart enough to beat the kid. It's because he's just going to beat you on preparation by itself. He's going to know something you don't. He's going to capitalize off of it just like he did with the rest of these players. And this is supposed to be the cream of the crop. Like, this is supposed to be, this is the less than 1%. and he was 2-0 him. Fuck you
So
think he's gonna do to a bunch of jobbers who don't make it out of pools consistently? Oh, you got top 32. That's cute. Got top 32.
He was 2-0 in people that were winning tournaments.
You were 2-0 in motherfuckers who was winning premieres. Bro, he made Gian look easy. I was like, this is where this has to stop. I literally said that. I was watching it with Saltface, bro. You know, Will? I was watching that. I was like, this is where this has to stop. There's no way he's doing that to Gian. I saw him cremate homie. I was like, that's Gian.
What happened? Yeah, like it was the kid. Yeah,
Yeah, it's the kid, exactly. Yo, this kid fucking something up, yo. I'm like, I don't think people understand like truly how extraordinary that shit was. I've never seen a 15-year-old win shit in Street Fighter.
Yeah. So if he traveled, then that's okay. Welcome back. Yeah, that Blas run was legendary,
Stuff
man.
of legends, bro. Stuff of legends, bro. Stuff of
Okay,
legends.
15 bag. We still say that because it's like it's shocked. Like bro,
If
like
it
the
was Street
ceiling
Fighter
not even
5, I'd
close
be
to
like,
us.
sure. Like, I wouldn't even be surprised, bro. Honestly. But Street Fighter 6, ain't really no comeback mechanic like that. There is variance to where you can force people into a guessing situation. But when people tried that with him, they would try to force this kid into a situation where they could force him to guess and they couldn't do it.
Couldn't crack the code.
He literally was so good at the game that he brought the variance in the game to Zill. And he was just like, you better just be better than me, or I'm going to crack you upside your forehead and take over half your life. And then the second time you get hit, it's game over. That's the round. That kid was not playing with folks, bro. He was not. I was like, yo, this nigga's hungry. He's hungry, bro. He was trying to eat. I don't know for what. You just swore that. Bro. Yo. It's like seeing Mike Tyson come through the heavyweight. Like, yo, you ain't beating that.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man.
Like, I'm just telling you what I see. I'm just telling you what I see, bro. I'm just telling you what I see. And I don't care what people got to say to me. Like, damn, Joel, you weak. Like, nigga, I'm 33. I done had my time. I'm straight. I'm going to keep playing as Marvel Rivals. I'm chilling. Don't talk to me about competing in Street Fighter, especially after that.
You got all the time in the world. The whole world is
Hell
in
no. No. Fuck no. I play for fun. I play with the boys. You know what I'm saying? Like, I play. Hey, Joel, you want to play some Street Fighter? All right, cool. Hey, Joel, you want to go to a tournament? For what? Did Blas retire? He's going to be the best,
Blas
bro.
going to be there. They said Blas going to be there.
I'm good. I'm good, bro. We're going to fight for second place. Get out of here. Like, no, bro. It was already really a problem. Like, if you think about the amount of time Punk has on his hands, and people were actually still going to tournaments thinking like, oh, I can beat Punk. That's a little unrealistic in itself, too. Or like Mena. Those guys don't, you can tell this is all they do. Those guys have a chance of beating that kid. But like, how do you guys realistically think Punk would have did against that kid? If he actually would have made it to him? Because I feel like Punk's place in the tournament, I feel like that was unfortunate. Like the matchups that he got into the tournament, like sometimes the bracket does it to you, right? Like he's not good at the mirror. You know what I'm saying? He had to fight the Cammy mirror, not good at the mirror. He didn't make it as far as I thought he could have made it. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm genuinely asking, how do you guys think Punk would have did against that kid?
I feel like Blas would have won it, but Punk would at least got some rounds. I think Punk would have got rounds.
Think he would have got rounds, not even a game?
Yeah, I think he would have got some rounds.
Oh, that's crazy. But you're probably right. And
I'm crazy, but you're probably right, though.
You know what I'm saying? You're probably right. If you would have said that before the tournament, I might have slapped fire at your mouth, Shadow Ace. I'd have been like, who? Huh? I'd have been like, fuck no, ain't no way he's gonna kill this kid. Fuck no. I'd have been like, oh shit, this is new sheriff in town type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like this kid came into bro. Now, mind you, I knew about this kid since Street Fighter 5. So like when I saw him in the bracket, I thought, oh, he's doing his thing. Got that one Capcom, you know, he's in there. I don't expect him to do that, bro.
I mean, he was cooking. Apparently, he was cooking in 5 too. Like what, 11 years? He was 11, playing the game in the later seasons, but he was like dropping people off in 5. But I think it was only in ranked, right? Like he didn't really.
Gosh, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, man, the athlete of today, the athlete of tomorrow is always better. Truly. 15, dog. Come on, man. It's not even a man, dog.
He said,
That's
I got
a
insurance,
boy, man. It's
I
a
got
boy.
insurance.
That's a young boy. It's a boy, man.
I got
even
paid
been
taxes,
through
bro.
puberty, man? What the fuck, man? This shit's crazy. Oh, well. Hey, man, gotta love fighting games, bro. One thing I love about fighting games or competing in video games, man, genetics don't matter, bro. Doesn't matter how tall, how strong, everybody's at the same level in that shit. It's only about intellect. That's it. There's no disadvantage. Love it. I love it. That kid's amazing. Immaculate.
Immaculate. Take notes. Gotta take notes, man. The players, people out there, like you gotta study the play, study the tapes, right? Study the footage.
I mean, you gotta study him. You got no choice now.
Gotta study the footage, man.
Yo, you got to. If you fight that kid, you better know what the fuck he's doing. You better at least have an idea. He gonna freaking toss you into the trash can, bro. Like freaking Axel does niggas in Streets of Rage, bro. Dunk
You're wrong. You're right, though.
I'm dunking you. You see, I knew Retro was gonna understand that, bro.
Yes, sir.
I got you, right. Like, dog. I'm gonna stop. I'm hella going in on it. Like, I'm gonna stop. We're going past.
That's just a message. That's a message, man. That's like an eye opener for people, you know.
Wait, I went ham. I'm just telling you, bro. I was really amazed.
Yeah,
that's all I'm saying, bro. I was, I don't even fuck with this shit no more like that. But I was just like, yo, when is this kid's next match? I didn't want to see anything else. If I'm being honest.
Like when does he play again? You know? Like I don't care about it. I don't care about.
Yeah, like I only want to see Blas play. Like is Blas still? Yeah.
Yo, he's still in the tournament. He's still good.
Well, I stopped the queue of Marvel Rivals. Blas is about to play. I stopped the queue. I was like, everybody shut up. I'm about to watch this kid play. They're like, damn, he's like that. I'm like, yo, he is like that. But I digress. I'm going in again. What was the
Yo. Yeah, he's about to play. Yeah, the match is over. All right, I don't care about what else is coming up. All right, I heard Blas about to be up next. All right, we stopped the match.
Bro, we stopped studying the game a long time ago, bro. I was only there for entertainment purposes, not trying to get good at the game. Only there for entertainment purposes. Oh yeah, bro. Ryu is my favorite Street Fighter character. There's a 15-year-old, bro. That shit was like an anime. Let me stop. I'm about to go in again, bro. Go to the next subject. I'm about to go crazy. Like,
yeah, he was the protagonist, man.
Bro,
he just had to fight his rival.
Bro.
He was the protagonist, man.
Literally, it's Ryu. Yeah.
He was. He's playing Ryu, nigga, the 15 years old. He's probably one of the best from Japan in grand finals, if not the best. Come on, man.
That's insane.
Come on, man. Come on, man. Shit, you can't write this type of shit, man.
I only saw like a few recaps, and then I saw the top 16. I was saying outside of Blas, I was like, shout outs to Noah. Prodigy for getting fifth, though. The lone U.S. representative in the top 16.
Well, I didn't even care about none of that. I don't care about none of that.
It was Blas. It was only Blas,
I don't
bro.
care, bro. I'm from the U.S., bro. I was not for Noah. I was not for none of that. I'm good on that. I don't even know who Noah the Prodigy is, bro. I didn't play long enough to care, bro. That kid though.
That kid though.
I mean,
yeah,
He's a superstar. Somebody sign him.
you're not wrong.
Give him a contract. Pay him. He should be eating steak hit dinners every day. He's a growing boy.
He needs his vegetables. He needs
He
his vegetables. He's a growing boy.
Look, I'm enjoying this. Look, no, just cook, man.
God,
I am enjoying it because, like,
no,
because like I'm with you 100% on that because that was, like pretty much the MVP. Like that, finding out his age was like, oh, what? I was saying both of you. I was locked in, and whew, oh my god.
I mean, he's like he wasn't even paying attention to nothing else, man. But you know what I'm saying, love him or hate him, for Noah, he was rocking the socks and slides all the way through top 8.
I mean, good stuff to him though. He got paid, right? You get paid in top 8.
Yeah,
right?
you got paid. You get paid. I mean, you get
Paid?
top 16
Right,
get paid.
Actually, top 48 got paid.
Was he the only American in top 8?
He was the only one, yeah.
Yeah,
he was the only
All American top
boy.
16. Mm-hmm.
Last soldier, my boy. That's what's up. But we knew it was about to happen.
True.
But like that, bro. He ran into the kid, didn't he?
I don't think he played the kid. I think he was out of there.
He played the kid, bro, and I think it was
played the
ugly,
kid?
bro. He played the kid, bro. We know what it was.
Like, hold on, I don't know. I think did he play the kid?
He did, bro. It was 3-0. It was 3-0. You don't gotta go back.
He did fight the
kid. It was
3-0.
Okay.
He fought the kid. I'm just gonna keep it a buck, man. Like it is what it is. Like it's nasty, bro. 15 years old, man.
God, bro.
Yo, when he
he 3-0'd him. Yeah.
Like, heroes welcome. Chile better, bro. They better. Ooh, hey man, get that motherfucker a supercar.
I mean,
the rig.
Do something, bro. That's extraordinary. What he just did.
Well, okay, he 3-0 Sheehan, he 3-2 Shuto, but he 3-0 Noah, 3-0 Angry Bird, 3-0 Lashar. God damn.
Come on, man.
Damn.
Hey, shout outs for Shuto though, because that dude was real good.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
hey,
Shuto. Yeah.
Shuto was like.
You say he 3-0 Lashar?
Yes.
Yeah, Shuto was good.
And that was losers finals.
That's another player I kept the eye on with Shuto, man. That guy is mad good.
Yeah, I did saw Shuto do some work. Yeah.
I think Shuto's mad good. Like I was like literally is like, hey, whoever wins this is gonna make it to grands. I don't think they're gonna win the tournament. Because Kakaru, man, it's like he's on another level right now. He just is.
Definitely on a higher plane for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's packing them
There's
up.
Kaku, then there's Blas, and then
real
talk like
Juicy Joe was another.
making it to Capcom Cup. Bro,
but the kid was there, yo. The kid was out there.
The kid was there, bro.
Juicy Joe from Juicy Joe from Sweden also cooked. Like he beat pretty much everyone but
Rocky?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, he's good.
Joe was the other JP, right?
He was the
Kimberly.
Yes, I think it was the Kimberly. Let's see that.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
No, you're right. No, wait. I'm sorry. He's JP.
I think it was JP.
Yep, he was JP.
Yeah, he was JP.
The other JP.
Mm-hmm.
And then he got top 4. Well, no, he got top 6 because he beat Angry Bird, But Lashard beat him in the winter semis. Then Engelberg took him out and lose quarters. Technically, almost a double jeopardy, but yeah.
I would shake Blonde's hand if I was. I was like, hey, yo, man, I know I'm a grown ass man, but like, you amazed me. And man, I shake your hand, kind sir. Like,
I appreciate it.
Are they treating you well in Chile? Are they treating you, because in Japan they treat you like a king, straight up.
Yeah.
They treat that kid like he would have a document, bro.
I would be surprised.
Right, yo. I
Probably got
mean,
off the
there's
plane.
other people who did it like good performances though. You know, we can't overshadow them. I know the kid was a superstar, but
He was
I
the
think these
star,
things,
bro. No,
he
bro,
was
I'm
the
straight, bro. I don't want to talk, bro. I got nothing to say. Those niggas been playing for years. Like, they've been playing for years. That's what's expected at some point. You know what I'm saying?
That's part of the job. That's part of the
That's
contract, yo.
like
They
Tokyo been
supposed to
playing
win.
for
They
years.
supposed to.
This is his life. If anything, he should have had a better performance. It's like, I'm not trying to be that harsh, but it's like, you do nothing but this. I'm pretty sure all those players do nothing but that.
Yeah.
They lost to a 15-year-old kid. That's all I'm going to say. They lost to a 15-year-old kid. They have just the same amount of time as he does. What did he do differently for him to make it look that easy?
Being a kid.
This kid's doesn't have a fully developed brain yet. It's over with. Nigga turned 25, it's over with. I'm good. I'm straight. Would have retired. Then, if I even thought about coming, he killed any hopes of me coming back to that shit. I was good.
Oh, Bly's gonna be there. Bly's gonna pull up.
Is Blas gonna be there? Yeah, okay. Okay. I'm good.
I mean, I'm just thinking about it I'm thinking about from last year's Capcom Cup how Uma won with Jury. Where was he this year? What happened?
Man, that should have gave everybody hope. Ume winning the way he did, everybody can win. That should have gave you hope.
Yep.
The way this kid got second, the way this kid won. You're not intelligent, to me, in my opinion, if you think you can work a day job and beat this kid.
You got a job, bro.
You gotta be realistic. No,
you gotta wake up the next day, yo. Go to the clock
I'm super straight on anything you got to say about me. Yo, I'm good.
The kid just has to do homework, you know what I'm saying?
He's gonna go home.
Take the trash out.
Hey, my pa, love you. I hope he got his parents in his life. I hope he got a solid living situation. I hope everything's good. I know nothing about the kid.
Well,
I hope he's going home to two parents that love him. He's going to school, doing his thing, and I know he's doing his thing when he get back to the house.
Well, apparently his dad actually was showing him matches in between what's going on. That's how.
Oh, he got supportive parents?
Yep.
Oh, everybody's dead.
He said that's supportive parents. He said that's it. Yeah.
That's it. It's over with.
That's it.
Bro,
that's it.
You can't tell me that some people from America, when we tried to go pro, I know my parents weren't with that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Supportive
I had
parents,
to fight to get to a tournament. I'd be like, hey, yo, let me go. No, this shit ain't good for you. It has no future. Da 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 da.
I heard
that kid's dad is letting him go. Oh my gosh, it's over.
Yeah, that's it. Let's pack it up. You got supportive parents on top of that. That's supporting your hobby.
Yeah. Hey man, you staying at the house. You're not causing no trouble when you playing video games in your room. Yo, go for it. I know at least you're not doing no fucked up shit like selling drugs or doing some, trying to get a girl pregnant underage or, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like he could be doing much worse. Right. Nah, bro, this type of stuff I was hanging around when I was growing up. Like, you go outside at a certain time, and I didn't even live in a super bad area.
Curfew days.
That's what was going on. I wasn't in the hood,
He was product of your environment.
So not all the time. I think at some point it's your fault. Like you get to make a choice.
The man chose to play Street
It's just
Fighter.
That kid,
most
the kid
people are a
chose he was
product
a
of
speedy
their
kid, yeah.
environment.
That kid chose
You
to play
know?
Street Fighter.
But
Chose to play Street Fighter.
but this kid right here, he's special.
I love it.
He's different. He's different.
Yeah, the supportive parents buff is out of control. That's at least a
Out
good
of control.
20%.
He said, "Yeah, go win that $1 million, son."
I mean, yeah.
All right, Dad. Watch what I do.
All right, bet. I'll be right back.
I'll be right back.
In a 1 weekend, well,
Man,
a couple of days.
200,000 motherfuckers are fucking freshmen in high school. 200,000.
I mean,
Does he go back to school? Like, what happens next? I'm actually curious.
Bro, real talk.
Do we go back to school
Say
though?
shit to me. Can't nobody say shit to me. Can't nobody say shit to me. In high school, if I made that type of money, oh my God. Hey, yo, Joel, you're a fucking geek, da-da-da. I could buy you, and I could buy the fucking bus that you're riding home on. I would start talking so much shit to these. Oh my God, bro. My head would be so inflated, dog. It'd be out of control, bro. At 15,
The bus that you riding there, yo, is crazy, huh? Yo.
200,000 at 15 years old, bro. And that's not like 200,000. Like, yo, he's going to another country with that money. Think about what that money looks like over there.
That rate, that exchange rate, yeah.
oh yeah, he is going to Saudi Arabia. Oh, for the WC.
No. I'm saying he won that 200,000, right? Think about
100
it.
actually.
Like he's going back to Chile with that money. The currency, our currency is worth more, I believe. I could be incorrect.
Yeah.
But I believe. Like, I mean, you go fucking.
Damn.
Yeah, man, we got a football star. I made more than him, though. I'm still you playing, bro. I'm him, nigga. You can't, bro. I played on a world stage. Niggas had my name on a board, bro. At 15,
I mean, you're right.
I mean, you're not
I'm
wrong. I mean,
dating the hottest girl. I'm dating the hottest girl in school, though. I'm the star football player. I had the finest Japanese woman front stage with my name on their board, bro. Shut up. Just shut up. Don't say nothing to me, dog. You can have her.
You can't have her? Yes.
Bro, this kid's a super. Yo, what the fuck? He better be on the news when he get back, bro. I better see an article about him.
It has to be, yeah. There's no way. He's representing his country.
Heroes welcome, bro. I'm so serious, bro.
But also too, like the fact like he gonna be at the esports world championship because he automatically qualifies as a result. That's gonna be crazy too.
Then he's already qualified for Capcom Cup 12 next year too as well.
I thought it was only the winner. I thought it was only first does.
I thought that was only first.
I thought it was only first.
Yeah, but no, the esports world championship, the one in Saudi Arabia, he's qualified for that.
Oh yeah, he's gotta be. He's gotta be. He's one of the best players in the world. They got to invite him. They got to invite the kid.
So you mean he's gonna win? He's gonna get more money, yo.
And he's gonna win. Who's gonna beat him, bro? Who's beating him?
Yeah.
Who's gonna beat him? You gonna beat him, Ace? You better stay over here, bro. I don't want to see you get
I'm
beat.
over here. I got 9 to 5.
Yeah, bro. Chill.
9 to 5, man. Insurance, you know.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. You gotta know when to stay in your lane. Gotta know when to stay in your lane.
Gotta relax, yeah.
Gotta relax.
Can't do it. I gotta
you know what it is, Ace? We just can't do it like we used to, bro. That's all it is. Niggas get older. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know.
The younger Ace may have been able to, you know what I'm saying?
Maybe, know, it would have been a different game. Would have had more time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Maybe.
Nah, it's a new generation now.
It's his time. It's his time, bro. It's his time, bro.
And then when he looks back on this 20 years later, he be like, damn,
we playing his game. Playing his game, bro.
This is his game. His game growing up.
This is his game, bro.
This wasn't our game growing up.
Damn.
Fuck no, man. At 15, I was playing fucking SNK versus Capcom 2 and shit. So motherfucker playing Street Fighter 6 with $1 million on the
God
line.
dang, dog.
Woo.
That's a crazy comparison. What is that game came 2000? Yo, come on, dog.
Oh man, shit over with. Bro, I was playing Naruto Clash of Ninjas 2. This nigga's
Bruh.
playing Street Fighter 6
He's playing Street Fighter
for $1
6 on
million.
the GameCube, dog.
Nigga on the GameCube. I won't be surprised. I'll be surprised. Hey, yo, you know what this is? What the fuck is that? That's right. Yep.
You bought that console like, dog, what's an ancient
He
box?
gonna make you
Ancient
feel
TV
old,
box.
bro. That little motherfucker make you feel old. I promise you, bro.
I mean,
Shit.
Telling you, bro. He's gonna make you feel old. Fuck around. You're gonna find out. Hey, man. You know these kids got some of these crazy dances nowadays? Yo, I felt, okay, so I'm 33. I'm not old, right? But like, you know, I live in a suburban neighborhood. And I see these kids doing like these gritty dances. What's that shit called? The gritty? Whatever that junk is called. That's dancing now.
That's what dancing is now. Yo.
They doing like this little pop lock with their feet and shit. I'm like, yo, that shit looks awkward. They're like, Joel, you're lame. You don't know what that is? You're out of
What's
touch.
popping nowadays?
That's what's hot.
no Harlem Shake, no
None of that shit, bro. No Superman, none of that. I need to know. Everybody know
Man, we at the age where Superman is old, bro. Yo, no.
But that's what I grew up on. I ain't fuck with it, but that's what was hot back in the day. The Soldier Boy and all that shit. The you gotta know what the electric slide is. You know what that is?
I still remember that.
Ask a kid about that. Ask the 15. Ask the kid, yo, the blade.
You're not gonna know what that is.
Cha-cha slide?
He's gonna be like, "Oh, that shit sound lame as hell. Get the fuck out of here before I show you some lame shit." And I'm gonna be like, I apologize. I don't want none of that.
Apologize to the kid, yo, for
Gotta
saying
apologize.
that to him.
Wasted his time, bro.
Yo. Damn, man. But he's got the whole
Hey
world
man,
in
he
his
made
hands.
200,000 in 2 days. You made 200,000 in 2 days? His time is clearly worth more than mine.
I got nothing.
Hey, look, man, I made some good ass money playing Street Fighter 4, but I never made that much in 2 days, in the span of 2 days. When I was pro, never made that much. Fuck no. In 2 days? Well, there wasn't even that much money up for grabs when I was a professional. The biggest tournament you could have potentially won was Evolution.
That had the most money in it.
And that just had the most players.
Yeah.
So it was like, and that's still the most prestigious tournament. Like, nothing against Capcom Cup, but to me, you're the best player when you win. That year, you're the best player if you win Evo. So Punk this year was the best player. Or last year. It was last year, right? Am I tripping? Evo was last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was the best player last year. Punk, he did it for the U.S., bro. We finally got a U.S. champion.
22 years later? 20-something?
He was in a drought, bro. I think John Choi won Street Fighter 2 Turbo 1 year for Evo, and that was like the last U.S. champion we had.
Ooh.
So just, just to give you an idea how big of a deal that one was, that's a big ass deal. Punk did some.
Yeah, he made history. Man.
Yeah, after 2017, ooh boy.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, let me stop, bro. I had jokes. I hope nobody took none of that shit seriously. No, but I did hope the one part they took seriously, it was, hey, yo, that kid's real. He'll beat your ass in Street Fighter 6. I meant that.
Don't fight the kid, yeah. Don't try to fight the kid, yeah. And the first of two, first of three was it?
It don't matter what it is. The first to one, you in trouble. He don't gotta know you. Bro, you saw.
I think somebody can sneak the kid in the first to one. What you mean?
Man, shit, man. I don't know. That's not what that bracket said. He won
He didn't
the
lose one
first
game,
game.
right?
He
He
won.
only lost to Kakaru. He only lost to Kakaru.
Oh,
Yeah.
man, he's holy, bro. Come on, man. Let's just keep it a buck.
2-0,
It is what it is.
3-0, 3-0, 3-0, 3-0. God dang, dad. Hey.
That dude, man, that nigga got like the 9-9 stats from the fucking makeup player stats from like sport games. When you look at this bracket, bro, golly, 3-0, 3-0, 3-0, 2-0, 2-0, 2-0, 3-2 against Shoulder. Man, get the fuck out of here, bro. Somebody look me dead in my eye and be like, yo, I'm going to beat Blasri. Okay. For sure.
I can fight him, yo. I can play.
I'm going to be the
can,
president of
win
the
against him.
United States.
Hmm.
I'm going to be the president of the United States one day. That's what I'm going to say.
That's what you'll tell them when they say they could.
Hell yeah.
Blas.
I'm going to beat Blasri. Yeah, and I'm going to be the next president of the United States. That's what I'm going to tell them.
Because we throwing out fantasies, right? We talking about fantasies. Here's mine.
Talk about dreams, bro. Fantasies, nothing realistic. Just, nothing. They just reaching.
That's crazy, man. I better not ever hear that, yo. I was like, no, don't say that out. Don't say that out too loud, man.
Yeah, I'll be like, yo, don't say that out loud.
Yeah,
If you
Joel's
do
around. I think he's around the corner, yo. Don't say
Here
that.
come Blas.
I'm gonna be like, how much you want to put on it? Like, yo, real talk. I'll put a good stack. I got a stack. I'll put $1,000. Just I can play with a stack. Like, yo, put 1,000 on it. I got a little esports money. Put 1,000 on it.
This is on a first to two environment or first to
First
three?
to two. First to two.
First to two.
I'll
Against
put
the kid. Against the kid, yo.
Against the kid, you're not beating it. You're not beating him. His conversions are too clean. His neutral, too clean. Punishment, I mean, he's going to take your head off. Like, I'm just saying, man. Just
Challenger.
can't jump at him. Well, how you going to beat him? He's playing right now as we speak. We talking on this podcast. He's beating somebody up in ranked.
He's playing right now on rank.
He's playing right now on ranked. I guarantee it.
There you go. Gotta keep gotta keep the skills sharp.
Like,
wow. I wonder what is his scene like. His home scene is like. Like, who are
they must have been strong to develop somebody like that.
Yeah, like where's his local? Like the local, like what's the local he go to? Or
I don't know,
like
bro. I want to know if there's another 15-year-old just like him that rivals him. He got every protagonist need a rival. For every Izuku Midoriya, that's a Bakugo, right? For every Naruto, there's a Sasuke, right? There's got to be somebody who pushed him.
It's got to.
I mean,
there's no way he couldn't have just relied on rank to get ridiculous. Couldn't be.
I just need to see. I wonder what that guy looks like.
Yeah.
Who is he? Yo? Who's his rival, yo? Where's his Bakugo at, yo?
I mean, to be fair, that's the same country where King Blue River is from. The Chile twins from Mortal Kombat, Nicholas. Like,
talking about the Marvel player?
Yep. King Blue River from Chile.
Marvel 3 player?
Yep. King Blue River is from the same country.
I don't care nothing about that shit, bro. I'm talking about Street Fighter.
I know.
don't care nothing about Marvel. No, I'm playing. Yeah, King Blue River is cool, but he's around back in our day, in that right days. We saw him do his thing. He wasn't 15 years old, though. He wasn't 15 years old though.
Fair.
But he wasn't 15. But he wasn't 15.
He wasn't 15 though.
But he wasn't the kid. He wasn't the kid, yo.
That's all I'm saying, bro. This shit's ridiculous, bro. You would have told me, bro, yo, Joel, a 15-year-old kid's gonna get second, and not only is he gonna get second, he's only gonna lose to the one person who could beat him, and he's gonna make everybody else look like they shouldn't have been there.
And that's what was witnessed. That's what it was.
No, ain't no way. Yeah, man, you gonna see him. Jian, he's gonna throw you 3-0 Jian. I'll slap fire at your mouth. I'd be like, don't talk to me. Don't ever talk to me about Street Fighter. Don't ever talk to me about Street Fighter. If you had told me he was gonna 3-0 Jian, bro, I'd be like, don't. You must not know who the fuck that is.
Damn. Well, I mean, he definitely has a future for sure. He's got to keep playing for. You don't want to
I mean, he's not
all
gonna
that
not.
work go to waste, right? You got to keep fighting. Got to keep fighting.
You know,
Could be another 15-year-old next
I
year.
hope
Could
he
be
don't fall.
14.
I hope nothing distracts him. I hope nothing distracts the kid, and he keeps doing his thing. I hope he accomplishes big things because
He has FU money right now, but
he got
don't you want to keep it going? Though?
F-15. Oh my
Definitely has
god,
FU money at
yo,
this moment.
yo, 15 years, yo, I'm telling you, yo, Ace. Let's go back in time. Ace. If you won, like, let's just say back in the day, Street Fighter 2, because, you old. If you don't mind me asking,
Huh?
how old are you, bro?
I'm old, man.
No. You gotta give me a number, bro.
Nah, I can't give you a number, man. I can give you a number.
Now,
Yeah,
you
I
in your
can't give you the
40s,
number
bro?
right now.
I'm 34.
I'm wearing the 30s, bro.
Okay, you're fine, bro. You're fine. It's all good, man.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say Street Fighter 2, right? Like Street Fighter 2 Turbo back in your day, I guess. I don't know if that was out when you were in high school or some shit. Was that out when you were in high school?
I was 5.
It was past when I was in high school. I mean, it's already been out. I think the game that came out, we were in the beginning stages of 4 getting ready to come out.
Yeah.
When you were in high school?
Well, no.
Because when
Nothing
was out.
I
No.
was
Nothing
a
was out.
junior in high school, dog.
No, because
Nothing was out. Yeah. Yeah, my bad. Yeah.
that was a drought.
Okay, so let's say you in high school, right? Let's pretend you're 15. There's a Street Fighter 2 Capcom Cup, and you go out and you get second, and you win 200,000. First of all, 200,000 back then looks way different.
True.
Than it would right now, of course. Yes.
In that economy, that shit look way different. You get 200,000. You come back to high school. Let's say like you a sophomore. Ain't nobody saying shit to you, Ace. I promise
they couldn't. They literally couldn't.
Like,
there's nothing. You'd be
I could pay for the fucking air you breathing. Shut the fuck up. Like, type shit. Like, you can really.
I can buy the bus you ride on. It's still crazy, yo.
Yeah, I'll pay the bus driver not to drive you home. Keep playing with me, dog. Yo,
bus driver, yo. Get a bus driver
yo,
the
I'm
money to
telling
drive
you,
you
I'll
home.
pay
It's
that
crazy.
motherfucker to quit. He keep talking shit to me, dog. Hey, man, I used to talk a lot of shit in high school. Like, a lot. That shit was just fun, I'm just saying, man, like, nobody better say nothing to him, bro. The type of confidence he probably gained. Yo, that kid looks shy, bro. That kid looks shy, but the confidence he probably gained is immense.
For sure. Oh yeah, definitely.
You think, yo, he's not gonna be the quiet kid when he go back to school.
I mean, is he gonna go back to school at this point?
No, he got to.
Is it safe?
He got to. Oh, nah, that's a good point.
Is it safe to go back to school?
Yeah, he gonna get like 2 security guards, bro. Like 2 to go home, and then I guarantee you, he got his best friends near him at the school. They're not gonna let nothing happen to him, bro. They're gonna treat him like a king, bro.
They gonna ask him what he wants to learn about today? Is that what it is?
Yeah, man. Hey, man. I feel like you should teach us, man. You know more about math than we do. Well, what makes you think that, man?
You should know all
the type
about
of money you count is
physics and
different,
geometry.
Show me how to add, bro. Show me how to add.
You gonna teach the class, yeah?
I want to know addition from blahs.
That's crazy. Wanting to learn from him is wild, y'all. Damn.
Oh man, dude. All right then, man. What's the next topic, bro?
Yeah. So because it's getting up there.
We're just going crazy
but,
now. We're going crazy. Yeah, we're going crazy now.
I don't even think we can get through the other stuff we get to, man. So we just gonna kind of skim through this topic, and then we go into the ads there, man. But shout out, like, I'll just give a quick shout out. You had Blas. I'll say, good stuff to Jabheen, for beating Keto, with Terry. So he did his thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, one thing I wanted to point out about Capcom Cup, and this may be on some real shit, man, but we gotta talk about this, man. I was hoping we didn't have to go there, but I think we got to, man. We got to talk about these technical issues they be having with production, man, at Capcom Cup. And I'll just go ahead and say it, man. Like the incorrect names being displayed for people of color is definitely an issue, man. Like just think about it. Just imagine you travel 14 plus hours, the land of the rising sun, just to be called TBD, like to be determined on your name, on the
They
just
did
think
that.
about it. Like they be like, but Shutaways, they were doing that to non-black people too. But nah, bro, nah, this shit gotta stop, man. It's gotta be. I know people they laugh and joke about it, but you know what I'm saying. Jabim, he looks nothing like Noah. Noah looks nothing like Jabim. Joel Kevin is only one person. No, I saw somebody posted they found the second Kevin, and then because the name was wrong, I guess, and it was another player, and
Yeah,
say
man, they
Cola,
worked hard
his
to
name
get
ain't
there, bro.
TBD, bro. His name is not
Yeah,
TBD.
that's
That's crazy.
disrespectful. If
That's
anything,
crazy.
like, cause you got to think about it. Like, they worked real hard to be in that position to begin with. So the least you can do, and I think this is like a basic courtesy to anybody. You don't have to know them. If they introduce themselves to you, you should be able to pronounce their name. Like if I was a commentator, the least I can do, like I would do my homework and start asking people like, how do you say this player's name? How do you say this player's name? If I commentate his match, I want to know his name. I want to know what he looks like. You know what I'm saying? So at least the
Right.
commentators, if they do something like that, the commentators is like another line of defense, right? Oh, I know who that is. You know what I'm saying? Oh, that's Dual Kevin. I know who that is. That's
Exactly.
Dual Kevin. Hey, yo, put Dual Kevin above his like where his name's supposed to be. So like it's a second, it's a second line of defense. The organizers should know who they are. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
There's too
100%.
many
That I think,
mistakes, man.
yeah, I think
Mhm.
that's like disrespectful.
Yeah.
Like it's one thing if you've never seen a player, like this is another type of mate. This is an invitational. They qualified to be here.
That you should know their names. They send you the
You should
pictures. Their
know
names
their
are on the
name. They won
promotional
something big.
material.
Yeah, like if
Yes.
it's one thing, because I remember the first time I went to a tournament, they were calling me Joel, but I didn't get mad. They how the fuck you? I'm just a guy, Atlanta player. Just came from Atlanta. I went to NEC. I got out my pool. Old Joel, Ryu, da 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 da. And then after a while, like, hey man, I keep getting top 8 now. My name's Joel. I really appreciate it now. Like as a show of respect. Like I keep ending up here on this stage. I keep playing on your stream. You know what I'm saying? I keep showing up. Yo, my name's Joel.
Not Joe.
Yeah, my name is
That's
Joel.
crazy.
Yeah,
That's
so I think
crazy.
like in that type of situation, it's okay. But like that's not okay. Like if you make it to a stage in Capcom Cup, they should 100% know how to pronounce your name. They should know how to pronounce your name, and they should have your name up. They should know what you look like too. And how many players qualify for Capcom Cup? Is it 32 or is it more than that now?
Wasn't it 30? Wasn't it 32 because of the group stages? Because it was like what
Okay, yeah,
6 groups?
32. All right,
So
cool.
each group.
32 players. You should know all 32 of those players' names.
Yeah.
100%. There's no excuse. If you're a production member, hey, yo, I want you to know all 32 of these players' names, and this is what they look like. This is what they look like. Oh, Joe, that's too much work. I think you're disrespectful, personally.
Yeah, because you think
Can't
of
do that.
like there was no issues with any of the Japanese and players of the Asian ethnicity name. They got all their
To
names
be
correct,
fair,
right?
they're from Japan. They might have
That
a
is
pronouncement
true.
issue. So, to be fair, I will defend them there. That's their players. Fine, so be it. But to show respect to the players who are coming into your country to compete on your land against your players, show them enough respect to know their names and how to pronounce them. Japanese people are super intelligent. They're very respectful people. I'm actually like surprised that they did that. I didn't even know that was a problem.
Mm.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Like they
Yeah,
have
that was
super intelligent people representing them. Daigo, Tokido, you know what I'm saying? Nemo. I've had conversations with these players. Very intelligent people, very respectful to people. So it's hard for me to even believe what you're telling me. But I believe you. You know what I'm saying? I believe you. So that's
yeah.
crazy, man. They got
I saw the picture of when they were commentating, and it got me kind of upset because it had the commentator's name to the left of the person right, and they had it correct. But then there was the commentator to the right of them. They just put TBD, like to be determined, or that black
like
guy.
that shit was gonna slide. That's crazy.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, that is
That's
pretty
crazy
much.
disrespectful.
Yeah, it is.
Like,
I personally
that
think
shit
that
gotta
is
stop, man.
disrespectful. Yeah, I personally think that's disrespectful. Like me
Yeah.
personally, I don't know if anybody else. Oh, Joel, you should give them a break. Nah, bro, where I'm from, that wouldn't fly.
I was like, you gotta be
That wouldn't
pronouncing
fly.
my name
Not
wrong?
even inside of my culture, bro. I'm Dominican, bro. That's huge. That's huge. Respect's a big thing. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, I'm welcoming you into my home. This is my country. I want you to feel accepted and respected inside of my country. You're players who've accomplished something big. You won major tournaments. You know what I'm saying? You're world renowned. That's the only reason you're here. You're really good at what you do. The least I can do is get your name right. That's all I'm saying, right?
You're right. I mean, you're definitely right. Because I mean, that's if you like, just imagine it's not even like, just say you go out of town to another state, right? And you're playing good in the bracket or whatever. You make it on stage. They put the wrong name on the stream, or they thought you were somebody else. And you look like completely different people. How in that moment would you feel? Like how would you what would
It
you
would
think?
piss me
Like if
off.
you go back and look at the
Yeah,
stream and look at your matches,
it
you'd
would
be like,
piss
wait a
me
minute,
off.
what the fuck? Why
Yeah, it
who
would
is
piss me
this?
off. It would
Yeah.
100%. I know what it would do to me. I know what it would do to me. So I know what it would do to me. I'd be like, yo, I worked too hard for y'all to do that. We should just hold this shit in America again. Get the fuck out of here. Like, we didn't do that. From my recollection, you know what I'm saying? And I was keeping up with the game back then. So I never saw America do that. To TBD, I've never seen that.
Yeah. That's
We didn't
crazy.
do that. So
That's very disrespectful. But I mean, I
there's
already
no
know it's gonna
excuse.
happen again next year because they're going back to Japan.
They're
So
going
they're going
back
back to
to
Japan.
Japan. They should hold
Yeah.
it in another country, bro. They should have did it. I think a really good place would have been Dominican Republic because they have a they got MENA. So I think we should go to where there's another Capcom Cup champion. You know what I'm saying? Hey man, I think we should go to Dominican Republic.
I think that would
Personally,
be a good spot. I think that it could be a good spot to hold it at too.
yeah,
More exposure instead of going to these.
give the Latinos a little bit more. Even though I think MENA has given them a lot of exposure. Shout out to MENA. I think he's done wonders for the Dominican community. And then I really think they should hold it somewhere else. It kind of pains me. They could have even went to Europe. I think they could have went to Europe. So damn, that sucks.
Or Atlanta, they're coming to Atlanta. You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
Capcom
there's
Cup in
no
Atlanta.
reason for them to come over here. We'd have them though.
Why
We'd
not,
have
yo?
them though. We'd have them. Nah, I mean, I think there's just better locations inside of the country to hold it. Like Cali, like you can't deny like Cali would be. I think that's where they hold it, right? Or is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. See,
I mean, that's FGC Hollywood, so
Yeah, so it's like it's not
that
even
makes sense.
that, bro. It's just a better area to hold it. Like, forget the fact that like the California players are really good, but it's like, hey, man, like, because if we're gonna go off the skill, they should hold it in the East Coast. Go to New York. Go to Philly.
Yeah.
Those are the best players inside of the country. It's not in California. They're not. It's in Florida. The best players for Street Fighter 6 in the country are like Florida, New York, Philly. You know what I'm saying? That's where the best players are located.
East Coast.
Yeah, the East Coast is the best
players.
of Street Fighter 6 inside of this country. It is not the West Coast. But yeah, like if we're gonna hold it somewhere, like hold it New York, I guess that would be dope. I'd fly to that shit. If they ever hold a Capcom Cup inside of New York, I'm going to that shit. Like, I'm gonna go watch in person. I just want to see the environment in person. You know what I mean? Yeah, bro, that shit would be live as fuck. Could you imagine? But damn, that's disappointing that they did that, man.
Yeah, that was definitely a heartbreaker, man. But I already know it's gonna happen again next year. So Everybody gonna get the memes ready for it.
You know, let's give them a chance. Maybe they fix it, dog.
Nah, they not gonna fix that. Come on, dog. They not fixing that. It was
Man,
too
man,
many. It was
you
too much.
expected it
Dog.
worse.
It was like it's literally like 90% of the black players, their names are getting wrong. Like what the bro? What? Like this
To
is
be fair,
crazy.
bro, we not from there. We gotta give them a break in terms of like the language barrier. You know what I'm saying?
It's true.
But
That could be a thing.
the
TBD.
TBD thing, no excuse, no excuse.
Yeah.
I'm not letting that fly. But the pronunciation, man, I mispronounce some of this shit, man. Like Salvatore, the Cami player from the SA East Regional Finals, he got first from Venezuela. Man, I would mispronounce the fuck out of that shit. Like who else? I know about Kusanagi because I'm Ryu. You know what I'm saying? I know about all the Ryu players. Shoto, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I gotta give them. I think some things you gotta like be patient with.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
For improvements.
Yeah, you gotta be a little patient, bro. You gotta be a little
patient. Man.
I would want some patience. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm sorry. I would say in advance, like, I'm sorry if I'm about to murder your name. You know what I'm saying? But it's not on purpose. GN, when I first knew about GN, I didn't even know it's pronounced like that. I was saying Gion or some shit. Like, I was all over the place with it.
Jan.
Yeah.
I was pronouncing it as a Jan.
Yeah, like what about this guy? The Cammy from the islands. It's the islands. It says he won the Portuguese regional finals. Tiever. I know I'm pronouncing that shit wrong. Like I know I don't have that right. So I would be patient because, like, to be fair, like look at this dude's name, Brazilian player. He's a loop player, Ginoho Ras. Like
Nino Rossia.
no way.
Yeah,
there's no way, bro. I'm just telling you. Job.
I'm gonna let you know in advance. I apologize, yo.
I'm about to really murder this dude's name because I don't know how to pronounce this. You know, I could see somebody getting Takamura wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just
certain names.
There, bro. They're from Japan. They speak a different language. Their names are spelled like. Be realistic, bro. When you see a Japanese name, like because of the culture we live in, we would never name any of our kids those names. You get what I'm saying?
They
it's
would
like
know
only
that
fair.
that correctly.
Yeah, it's only fair. Like, dude, we're not gonna know how to pronounce that shit, bro. Like, they're not gonna know how to pronounce our names either. You get what I'm saying? It's not like in that way they're not being disrespectful. They deserve patience because I know that we would deserve patience. But the TBD thing, the to be determined name shit on the stream, no excuse.
Yeah.
You can still spell a name out on the stream, put it on the stream because you know who it is, but pronounce the name wrong.
At least
it is what it. Yeah, you can at least do that. Show me some effort. Just show me some effort. That's it. Show me some effort.
Right.
So
hopefully they'll make the improvements for Capcom Cup 12. Did they announce the prize pool for Capcom Cup 12?
Yeah,
I heard it's $2 million this time.
It's still a mil
for first
$2
place.
million.
2 mil.
2 mil. Maybe not for first place, but 2 million overall.
For the pot, the whole.
The whole shizness. Yup.
Monster Hunter, Wild is doing this thing then.
So
yeah.
Capcom, yo. they selling copies. They keep it to the float because announce that much bread, yeah.
I don't even know how to pronounce this dude's name. Emperor.
Yeah,
like, you know what I'm saying? Like, then there's a Ken player from Germany called Gigi Halabil. What the? I don't know.
Halabil?
Yeah, I don't know. You see what I'm saying, bro? Like, I'm just trying to prove a point, obviously. Like, just let's be fair. The pronouncing this shit would be difficult for most people from other countries. You know what I'm saying? So,
right. I got you. Okay.
So,
Well, before we
putting it on the stream though, no excuse. Not defending them there. They fucked up.
yeah, that's like
Yeah.
I just feel like that's just not effort, like no
That's
care
like taking
at
a
all.
test and you don't know any of the answers and you get some credit for writing your name on the top of the. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You shouldn't get a 0.
That's wild, man. Just traveling that far just for that is
Yeah, just for that, you can't even put my
nasty
name
work.
on the stream. It's crazy. It's fine if you mispronounce my name because, I don't expect Japanese people how to pronounce Joel. That's insane. You got what I'm
Mhm.
saying? But
Right.
like freaking not putting it on the stream would be, I'd feel disrespected because it's like you're not even putting in effort where I've put in so much effort.
To get here, to
It
even
took
get
me
here.
so much to get here. I
Yeah.
had sleepless nights to get here. You fucking put my
Sacrifice.
name on there. I wouldn't even start playing the match. If somebody would have told me, Joel, man, they have your name as TBD, I'd have fucking paused the game and be like, yo, put my fucking name on that stream. You got me fucked up, dude. Like, you
But he's
gotta
serious.
respect
I
me
mean,
for it.
that's I think that's a serious thing though. Like, because that just
Absolutely,
goes to
bro,
show.
because it's just
So,
a
yeah,
respect thing. It's a
yeah,
courteous
the
thing.
respect thing. Mm-hmm.
It's a
Like,
respect thing.
I'm not even playing until y'all fix that shit. Yeah,
Yeah, fix that shit, yo. You know how disrespectful that is?
yeah. I agree 110% with that, man. But yeah, hopefully they'll get it together. You said give them some time. Let them
Yeah,
let
yeah,
them
yeah,
let
yeah,
them
yeah, yeah,
learn
yeah,
from the
yeah.
mistakes.
I think they'll learn from their mistakes.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
yeah,
right.
yeah, 100%. I think they heard, they probably, they probably heard what we said already, and
Yeah.
they'll correct it, man. I'm not ready to blow them out the water for that shit. Like that's crazy as fuck.
Happens again, though.
I mean, the TBD thing that needs to be corrected immediately. That should
Yeah.
not happen again. The pronunciation, I guarantee you, that's gonna happen again.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna happen again, especially if they get new players. Like, it's gonna happen again, bro. They speak a completely different language from us. And there's people from all over the world converging into one area to play. No way they're gonna get everybody's name right. You get what I'm saying? Like, let's
Right.
be realistic. Let's be realistic. So,
All right. Well, I think we go ahead and wrap it up before we wrap it up out of here. Was there anything you wanted to discuss real quick before we do our ads?
didn't what's this Sir Retro? What didn't you on do a thing about criticism and then like what was it called? Criticism and
Was it constructive? Yeah, because retro. You did have something you wanted to get off your chest. Then you said
Go ahead,
constructive
bro.
criticism versus
Complaining.
man, let me pull it up.
No, I'll tell.
Whining. Okay, yeah, all right. Okay, you go ahead, retro. You got it. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna say this. I get it. You don't like the game. You don't like how it is. You can talk to the developers and say this is messed up. This character is not doing good. This gameplay is not right. Where's my content? Where's the costumes? Where's all this type of stuff? That's fine. But when y'all guys always keep fucking complaining every single damn time, it's fucking annoying. There is a better way to address issues you have with a game. Not just
Don't play.
that's one solution. But if you know you care about the game so much and you know that the game could be better, you can say, "Hey, developers, and developers are now more aware about issues may happen in the game, and not everyone will be satisfied, and they're more open now to accept opinions and feedbacks and everything. So the thing is, though, when it comes to issues that you have with the game, yes, simple solution, you can say, I'm not going to play it. And that could prove to the developers that, hey, I'm not going to support your product because it's not working out for me. And that could be a telling. That's fine. That's fine. But if you keep playing regardless and you keep bringing up the same thing, keep yelling at them and saying, the matchmaking, this beta is having issues. I want my character in this game. Why are you not fixing the situation with the one hit, run one and dones and this, that, third, and so forth, and get to the point where okay, I want a higher rank, I want this, that, third. You have to understand that first of all, that game, the people developers make the game is not always going to be catered to you. It's not always just the hardcore, the more competitive side of the players that they're going to cater to. People make the developers making games for people to play. And that's not just like I said, the Pacifics is for anyone to play. If you always keep pushing to say get rid of Drive Rush, get rid of this, get rid of that, get rid of this character, delete this, do that. Y'all guys.
They're not gonna do all that rework. They're not doing all that. That's that's the part of the game. That's a huge part of the game.
Right. Oh, that was a big thing that happened because, I'm like, so actually, we talked about it last time because one of the things was like, for example, Drive Rush, and one of the things that people were like delete the game, delete that, it's stupid. If that part of the game was gone, then I will play the game more. This and the third. So Jam did an experiment where he played for at least an hour and a half or so, and he did not do Drive Rush at all, and it was very weird to see how it functions. The game can still function, and you still don't have to use the mechanic, but it was a weird thing about what the mechanic is. Is the mechanic perfect? No, I'm not going to argue against that. No, in that sense,
nothing created by humans in most cases is perfect, bro.
Right? They failed to understand that. So, But the thing is, if you have an issue with something, you don't have to go up and yell at the developers. You can't just yell at Harada, or Michael, like, fix the game, nigga, that type of thing, or whatever, that incident was. But, you can say, hey, I like this game, but I have an issue that this mechanic is kind of acting, it may be too strong. And then you can offer, say, hey, can you tone this down the damage a bit? Can you do this and that and third? So they can say, yeah, we look into it. Or they can say no. If they don't say no, and they say no, you're like, all right, bet, you don't have to play anymore, or you adapt to it. And this is that simple. And the thing, like, for example, a beta, literally, they have notifications and they have warnings and they have stuff on the game itself. Hey, this is a beta. There is going to be issues with this game. We would like you to test out this issue to make sure you report it to us. Here is the actual feedback program to tell us what was the issue. You don't have to, but then people are like, well, there's no training mode in this. Well, the matchmaking in this beta is not working properly, so I'm not going to buy the game as a result. This and that. I'm like, bruh. First of all, they basically made it open for everyone to test it out. That was the purpose, to test out for them so they know what is wrong, so you can tell them what's wrong. But you go so extreme to the point of wanting to cancel a game or want to delete this or not support the company anymore over literally, like, trivial in a sense. Like, yes.
So you just want them to be reasonable with their criticism and not, like, blow it out of proportion, is what you're saying. Like, you're saying, hey, if there's, for example, if something's wrong with the matchmaking, just tell them simply there's something wrong with the matchmaking. Don't blow it out of proportion and just be like, hey, this is a beta phase of a game. I'm not going to buy your game if you don't fix this.
Right.
Even though not buying the game is a very strong way of showing, like, you're not going to support something, in my opinion. Like, I won my copy of Street Fighter V, and I actually never liked Street Fighter V. I never spent a dime on Street Fighter V. Because I just didn't like it, but I didn't go out my way necessarily in most cases. And my friends knew how much I hated that game, but, like, nobody really knew how much I hated that game. I think the best way to just show, like, hey, I really don't like this. Hey, guys, don't play it and don't buy it. Don't pour any more money into it. If you bought the base game, don't buy the DLC. If you really don't care for it, don't compete. That's the best way. That's how you really talk. When we talk about like a capitalist society, you don't like something, don't pour none of your money into it. And if enough people do it, they gotta listen. If they don't, the product fails. You know what I'm saying? That's the best way to talk inside of the United States. Don't put no money into it.
Right. Like,
that's my advice.
Because I can tell you how many times when I worked at Best Buy and they sell when Street Fighter 6 came out, seriously, Street Fighter 5 came out, I remember so many people came back and turned in that game after, like, within a month after they bought it, and I'm like, yep,
yeah, man.
And
no story mode,
right? And you see, as a result of what happened in Street Fighter 6, well, actually, not only that, the company themselves, because they had a lot of things that were failing, and then they had to change the whole game, they had to change the whole infrastructure of the actual team. Like Arnold, for example, is not there anymore, and you have people. You have CJ and a few others.
Thank God, bro. Thank God Arnold wasn't no more. Jesus, bro.
And you see that right as a result, and you see what it is with Street Fighter 6 now. What they had from the get go, you have so many content. Now we're at a state where we may not have as the main character content because you have a lot of avatar stuff going on. You have all these collaborations with anime and
Sir Retro, you cutting out, bro.
Oh,
yeah, you cutting out.
Give me one.
The sentences are cutting out.
Let me restart it back. Quick. All right, make it a little stable.
All right.
So the thing is that, as I was saying, now you see with Street Fighter 6 in comparison, you have, from the get-go, a lot of content up front with features and stuff to do. Granted, now we're at a state where it seems that we don't have that much for the main characters. Like, we even have a third, extra costume. For example, we end up having avatar stuff. We have a lot of, side events and showcase of if I fight this boss in the Avatar Battle Hub room. We have a lot of collaborations with the anime, with Chipotle, and all that good stuff. Hey, when Chun-Li gonna get her third or fifth costume? When are we gonna get more stuff for the main characters like that? And not just colors. And I understand. And people are at a point where you know what? I don't want to play Street Fighter 6 like that. Don't have extra things coming for it.
Yeah.
And, and the thing is that, the point was that, but the thing is that the response for it, they say, hey, look, sorry, we understand that we don't have that much content coming in for the main characters. They responded. I understand being vocal is, like I said, there's nothing wrong being vocal or expressing and stuff. It's how you do it. And that's something that we're at a point now where like you said, you don't have to buy it, and that will definitely saves a lot. But if you want to say something about it in the process, you can approach the developers, like I said, the more constructive criticism, because deep down inside, if you like Street Fighter, if you like this game, and the game could be better made, a better process, develop whatever, better content, you will more than likely you will be willing to offer a potential solution. And then, like I said, it may not always be in the good favor for everyone, and it may not be the developers' intentions or ideas, but if they do see you trying to offer suggestions and so forth, you never know. They could consider it, and next thing you know, we might get a cool bundle for the next season where it may be a good price, or you get 3 costumes, special costumes, you get this, that, third. Well, hell, we might get 6 characters for the next season. I mean, I'm not saying you have to act nicely per se. Just be assertive that, hey, because the thing is that, yes, you don't have to be like, well, Capcom, can you please give me, Gene, can you please give me, Jury in this type of costume? No, you be like, hey, hey, Capcom, I would like to see G in the next season and so forth, because this, that, third is one of my favorite characters, charismatic, this, that, and so forth. And I know that y'all guys are struggling to find a story with him in the game, but it would be nice if you have G in the game. Yes, I am actually pitching to Capcom right now for G to be in the game because that's my favorite character. But you see that I'm like, I respect the fact they may not have that character in the game, but I want to have that character in the game. But I'm addressing them in a more constructive manner because hey, that character make the game feel fun. And Street Fighter, he was the reason I enjoyed Street Fighter 5 because he was fun and all around. But if for Street Fighter 6, I would like to see him in there. And maybe like to see a new character that is not a guest character, someone original. Because, I know we didn't talk about it right now, but with the season 3, might be potential on the horizon, and we didn't have any trailer for at all during the Capcom Cup or Street Fighter League. The speculation is that I would like to see a character that's original. Someone definitely not a guest character. I respect the fact the reason why they did Terry and Mai because it's a full circle for the creator of their series, who also created Street Fighter. So it's full circle for him to have this crossover that Ken and Chun Li's and Seed of the Wolves. So a potential teaser for maybe CVS 3. We don't know, but I understand that. However, I would like you Capcom developers to consider adding in a new original character. Hopefully, you guys already have them in making, and I'm pretty much have faith y'all guys can do that. But if you don't, I'm gonna respect, and I'm still play the game because I still like the game overall. I still like DJ. I still like my perfect parries. I still enjoy the overall content. I would like to have more costumes. But you know what? Y'all guys are developing the game. Y'all guys taking your time. It takes budget. It takes meetings. Y'all got to make sure y'all got to get your money right and so forth. I'm gonna have faith in y'all. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I think that people are gonna always complain. I don't think people really complain about in fighting games, or maybe I'm just around the hardcore too much. But people aren't gonna, in my opinion. I think the things you're talking about are like things casuals would care about. At least the examples you used.
Right.
I think what people are gonna really care about in terms of competitive play, because I think this game was made for the competitive player. They're gonna complain more about system mechanics. They're gonna care more about balance. They're gonna care more about certain things of that nature. And I always tell people, hey, they're gonna balance the game the way they want to balance it. They're going to take the players' consideration in it, but 80% of it is gonna be what they want to do to the game because it's their game. They already had a vision for their product.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah,
simple as that.
Oh yeah, I mean that's the thing because they have a vision of, like I said, they have an idea of how the game want to go, and it basically is based off what they see in like how what the players gravitate to in gameplay, and so like I said, right now the gameplay is a lot more aggressive in a sense, but they say okay, we still like to have some little defense going on. There's the perfect parry. There's the reversal. There's whatever. But then like, hey, I want to have my character. What do you have? The idea is like, what if Zangief can have a dash or dash cancel type of concept? What if the character can? What everybody can parry? What everybody can do that?
We're not gonna do that, bro.
I mean,
I get what you're saying. Yeah, I know what you're saying, but
I'm talking about like drive rush and perfect. I'm talking about like drive rush and parry. Like,
yeah. I think more players hate that type of stuff, like at least the competitive, because it creates a type of variance. That's the stuff people are complaining about. People complain about throw loops and drive rush and jumping. Like you can jump a lot in this game and not be as severely punished.
Yeah, that's true.
Like that's one of the things I hate about the game a lot. But like I'm not very vocal about it. Why? Because it doesn't matter what I want. It doesn't. Mm-hmm. They have the vision for the game. They want it to be they want to cater it more to the casual player. So the tournament player, they're not going to really listen to us because guess what? We're not the majority. We're not. The majority is the casual player who goes on online and is ranked to gold.
There we go. I wish I could.
So we're never going to get listened to.
Can you say that one more time?
we're never going to get listened to. As competitive players, we're not going to get listened to. I promise you. And the reason I know this is because I'll never forget this. They asked me. I feel like this was the biggest waste of time I ever did. I got ninth place with Ryu at Combo Breaker. It was a premier tournament.
Mm-hmm.
And people who were taking balance change notes from players who were the best with their characters, they approached me and asked me what I wanted done to Ryu in the next season. I gave them a list of changes. None of them made it into the game. They had me fill out a survey for the stuff I would do to Ryu inside of that game. Not one of those changes made it into the game.
Mm.
And I'll never ask for anything ever again. After that, I was like, they're going to do what they want. I learned a lesson from that. I was like, they're not going to listen to you, Joel, because you're not the majority.
The casuals are always going to outweigh the competitive
They're
players.
always going to outweigh. So when I hear tournament players like, oh, this should do that, no, they're going to make sure it's fun for the casual first. So the shit that you care about, it doesn't matter. If they sign one, they would much rather, that's the stupid shit okay. In my opinion, it's stupid. It's fine if you still want it. I could give a shit how many costumes they put in this game. I want it to be a good game first. Before anything, right? I want it to feel like every character in the game has a legit chance of winning, right? I would focus more on balance before anything because they're not going to change the mechanics of this game. This is a finished product in terms of that. So I would focus more on balancing. But again, I'm not the majority. You know what I'm saying? So that's why, like, I don't know if you guys noticed. You've been around me a lot, Ace. You're not going to hear me talk about balance changes. You're not going to hear me about I think. I'll tell you what I like and dislike about the game, but I don't expect change.
I think this is it. I think they'll just adjust and maybe add in like a new mechanic or something. But
I wouldn't be surprised.
The core game is here. It's gonna stay.
Yeah. This is it. I think I wouldn't be surprised. The only thing I think if they do anything major, I think what they will do is because I hear so many people just like crying and I would not be surprised if they took throw loops out of this game. I don't want to see them take it out because it lowers the variance, the amount of guessing. I think having a meaty throw situation is cool. I think if you win the neutral, you should be at disadvantage. If you win the neutrals, you should be at advantage. And if you got put in the corner, you should absolutely be at disadvantage. You should have to guess. I don't care. Well, Joel already ate one throw. Why should it be in consideration to eat another one? Bro, how did you get there? We're going to not talk about how you got there? What did you do to get put in the corner? I don't play. One of the reasons I can't take fighting games seriously anymore is because, one, I can't take most players seriously anymore. The second thing is the things that people want, in my opinion, in these games is silly. I don't want to, and they're so hypocritical. Like, think about it. I don't want to be put in too many 50-50 situations, but that's a way of lowering variance. If I put you in the corner and I know you can eat a throw and another throw and another throw and another throw and another throw again and again and again, that lowers the amount of options that your opponent can go on defense. You should be at disadvantage. If you lose the neutral many times to get put in the corner or you jumped into the corner of your own violation while you had your opponent in the corner, that is your fault. You're in that corner. You're not in that corner by mistake, my friend. So why are we bitching about throw loops? Bad players complain about throw loops, in my opinion. So it's like those are the type of things that like I would talk about, but they're not going to listen to me. They're going to do what they want. If the casual comes up behind me and says, "I hate that shit," they're going to change it. Oh, Joel's just going to adjust. He's a professional. He's just going to adjust to it. we're going to change it because the majority of people in the casuals, you get what I'm saying? Like if Punk went and complained about, I think Throw Loops should stay in the game. But then like 10,000 casuals came behind him and said they hated it, they're going to change it. So I think
you're outnumbered.
Yeah, you're completely outnumbered. So I really feel like when I hear a tournament player complaining about the game, I'm like, yo, they're not going to listen to you. They're just not going to. So
Avatar community eating good.
Yeah. They're just not going to listen to you. You are not the majority. You are not the one that they're going to continue to get money from. The most they're going to make off of you is when they release new characters. You're going to buy the new characters so you can be prepared to fight them in tournament. That's it. You're not even going to play them. You're going to take them to the lab, and that's that.
Mm.
You know,
that's it is, you know. That's that's exactly
any
what it is, man.
criticism that comes from the 20%, best believe that you missed them with that shit. Like, I hate to be the bearer of bad news.
Why do you think it's always like the same? You always see like the same names in tournaments all the time. Like we're small.
Why
we're
are we
small.
listening to these motherfuckers, man? They playing the game anyway.
They're not listening. They're not listening to us, man. Come on, dad.
Come on, man.
Mm-hmm.
And they're gonna listen to Daigo if you got a problem with this shit? No, they're not. You gonna keep playing our shit, aren't you, Daigo? Regardless of what we do to it, they gonna keep playing this shit. So, construction criticism, no construction criticism on the game. It really doesn't matter because at the end of the day, your voice isn't going to be heard. That's why I always told Punny out that you want to know what get them to listen? Stop paying for their DLC. Don't play the game no more. If the whole tournament scene dissolved tomorrow and people stop playing their game in tournament, like nobody entered the tournament, I bet you they start listening to tournament players. But they won't listen to us because we will continue to enter tournaments.
Hard balance for them, y'all. I will say they had a much successful launch and that they're continuing. I mean,
hey, it's a better game than 5 by far.
Mm-hmm.
By far, like this is improvement. This is an improvement, but in my honest opinion, it'll never be like Street Fighter 4 or Third Strike. Like those games, the environment, the way the game felt, it will never get anything like that again. I think they cater too much to the casuals and the new player to where it ruins the product later on. It'll always be nice in the beginning, and it'll be like nice, but once it gets fleshed out, it gets boring because it's so plain bread. That's how these new fighting games feel to me. So plain bread, hard to respect. It's like, how can I cater so much to a casual and you want to compare this junk to a sport? But in like actual sports, it takes years to refine technique and everything, and then you just allow people to take the techniques that I've worked on for years and you make it easier to do. How can I respect that? You know how hard it was for me to do a one-frame link in Street Fighter 4? It took me 2 years to do Jab 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 Sweep.
And now
I'm never
going
to get that feeling again. You get what I'm saying?
Much easier.
I'm never going to get the feeling of, man, I really, really, I mastered this. And, the only way somebody else gets this in their arsenal if they put in the same amount of work that I did. It's like a player, I'll name a basketball player, for instance, that has amazing handles. You guys know Chris Paul?
CP3.
He plays, I believe. CP3. Yeah, I think he plays for the Suns now. His handles are some of the best handles ever, right? How can I compare a sport like basketball to it? Because people like to compare Street Fighter to actual sport now, right? But it's it's uncomparable because they're never gonna lower the rim so everybody can duck inside of basketball. You get what I'm saying? They're never they're never gonna lower the level so everybody can become competent and strong at basketball. But that's what they've done with
But
fighting.
that's what they have to do. Actually, that's what they got to do. They got to do that to keep the numbers up. Who's going to play a hard execution game? Nobody's going to do that shit.
Street Fighter 4.
Look at Mark of the Wolves. I mean, look at Garo, yo. They put fucking smart mode in there. Smart mode in the Mark of the Wolves game.
So
How
can I respect even at a competitive level? How can I like take this and be like, yeah, man, this is some of the most keen. This shit is trash at this point, in my opinion. Like they took something beautiful and ruined it. I'm just gonna keep it a buck. They did it with Fox.
Where's the
Yeah, like this shit'll never be the same, and that's okay. Not for me. I left. You're not gonna see me buy another Street Fighter game. You're not gonna see me buy another Marvel versus Capcom. They lost it. I'm gonna play a free-to-play game. That's amazing. Where I have to work on myself, and I can develop my aim. And a lot of people don't have aim when they play these games. Everything I develop, execute. People aren't just gonna be able to pick up the game and just be like, I can do what you do, Joel. And I only put 10 minutes into the game. What the fuck? And they nerf your reactions because they put in lag in the game to help the netcode. So they took away some of your reaction time too. So they could force those guessing situations that people talk about so much. It's built into the game. They want you to guess. So these motherfuckers who just started playing the game can keep up with you. I said it. Shit is trash. like I'm good on this shit. That junk is not. That's why when I hear people criticizing these games, I'm like, bro, they did exactly what they wanted to do. They did exactly what they wanted to do. They're going to continue to do what they want to do as long as you spend money on it. And I will never win because I'm not the majority. So they will make a Street Fighter 7. They will probably make a Street Fighter 8. They'll continue to make Street Fighters until people stop paying for it. The only way tournament players will get exactly what they want, like the hardcores, don't enter a tournament, bro. Don't do it. You want change? Put your foot down. Don't enter no tournaments. Don't pay for this shit. That's how you get change. But until that happens, they will continue to release games just like this one. Now, mind you, I do think Street Fighter 6 is a good game. I don't think it's a bad product, but competitively, it's clown shoes, in my opinion. I think it's a good game, though. I have a lot of fun. It's great. But it's very hard for me to take that game seriously competitively. Very hard. When there's too many ways to just cut through. The neutral's way too fragile, in my opinion, for a Street Fighter game. They turn chess into checkers, and I don't like checkers.
Everybody's trying to play on the same board.
So they made it so. It's programmed. They made it so. They made it so. So I'm going to respect it by not touching it. Everybody else can have fun. I will not be toxic. I don't want to be toxic. I still like Street Fighter at its core. I hope everybody enjoys it, but I'm done with it. I won the last 2 tournaments that I went to for 404. I won them. I'm done. Like, I'm not doing it no more. Like, and even when I won, like, I didn't enjoy myself. And when I found myself not enjoying it anymore, I was like, this isn't healthy. I'm done. I'm not doing what I did with Street Fighter 5.
Ain't something you don't like or enjoy?
I'm not doing it, man. Life is too short.
Yeah.
Life is too short. Like, if I'm not passionate about it, how can I practice it? You know what I'm saying? You should always play things you enjoy because you'll just naturally be better at it. You know what I'm saying? Because you'll invest time into it. You want to practice. You know, I love playing with Psylocke in Marvel Rivals. I like doing a little wind shuriken combo, boop boop, melee, go through them. Oh man, made my day.
You a Psylocke main?
Yeah, I'm a Psylocke man.
Okay.
I'm trying to get Grandmaster this season. I'm a diamond right now. So
That was the only character you was using?
Yes. I have one account where I only played Psylocke. My main account where I queue up with my friends in rank, I played Cloak and Dagger and Psylocke. I'm trying to learn a tank. But I'm really bad at that role. I'm really not. I don't understand that role. So
you gonna stick with Psylocke.
Yeah, man. I mean, she's good. I think the only character she necessarily has trouble against are like characters who are hard to hit, like Black Panther, Spider-Man, and like Spider-Man is technically trash. I think she just has a hard time with them. Like you just put on a more. Yes, I think Spider-Man is garbage in Marvel Rivals.
That's a wild statement, yo.
I think Spider-Man, unless he has Venom on the team, he can't really kill you. He can tap at you and annoy you, but he can't really kill you.
You can pick you off, you know.
Yeah, I mean, if you're hurt, but if you got some good supports, you're not picking them off. You're not picking off the supports, and you're not picking off the DPS for real. If you have a very structured team that's communicating, how do you start picking at people with Spider-Man? And then, like, God forbid, there's a Namor on the team. But you know, that's all.
Yeah, more.
We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that later. We'll talk about that later. Yeah, but like, yeah, man. Like, I just don't think people should play things like if you have heavy criticism of it and you do not like it, don't play it. Don't play it. Want to compete though, Joel? Well, you know, double-edged sword. You compete and you show game support. Yeah, you can compete, but just know what that says is that you like the game. So, I hated Street Fighter V the entirety of that game's life. Like, I tried to fake liking it so I wouldn't be so toxic. But, like, I hated that game. Worst fighting game I ever played.
Interesting. You know what? We had someone on the show who would they would probably counter your argument, and they literally was talking about why they enjoyed it and why it was good, which is fine. I mean, everyone has their own take.
There's a lot to enjoy. Yeah. People enjoy, another man's trash is another man's treasure.
Yeah.
Everybody's different. I bet you there are some people who liked 5. In fact, I know there's a lot of people that liked 5. Look at Idon. There's no way you're gonna tell me Idon didn't like 5.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, who is this person you're talking about, though?
I mean, we had him on here. I mean, I guess we'll say Fish Skittles. He was we had him on the show before. He broke down why he enjoyed the game. He was a Cammy player. And he gave us he gave us his reasoning. He said why he faced the backlash. He saw the criticisms. Kind of got the tomatoes and the stuff thrown at him for his opinions, but it was his opinions. I had to respect it because I kind of wanted to look at it from a different angle. Like, we have see a lot of people bashing the game, saying the game is ass. Yeah, he say the game was ass and all this other stuff. But he said, nah, I don't believe in that. I don't believe in that.
I think there are things that are objective, and then I think there are things that are subjective. Mm-hmm. And so what's objective that I hated about this is objective. This is not my opinion. This is what it was. How you could be losing around, and because I'm beating your tail end, you're going to get a mechanic that helps you come back. Now, there are mechanics in Street Fighter in general that help you come back. Super bar, that's inherently a comeback mechanic, right? Because if you're losing, you're getting your super bar back, right? Like your Ultra Super Street Fighter 4, right? Ultra was a comeback mechanic. Street Fighter 5 took it to a whole nother level. Mm-hmm. V trigger should have never existed. Or it should
have never existed.
Should have been implemented differently. Drive rush is not a comeback mechanic.
It is to some people.
How? If you have it at the beginning if both players have access to it at the beginning of the game.
Both players do have access to it, but what happens when one?
So that is objectively incorrect.
What if one has more meter than the other there in burnout? Or what if they recover their drive meter after spending theirs for a combo?
That's
And
bad
then
management.
they get
That's
that's
bad
bad management,
management.
right? That's bad management?
That's
You know what else is
terrible
bad management?
management.
You know what else is
That's-
terrible management?
What?
To say the same thing about Street Fighter Five.
I cannot
You
beat
know,
you
if you don't manage the meter,
unless I
you
KO
can
you.
activate V trigger and you can mismanage it. You can do the same thing you can. It's not a guaranteed
No.
win condition. It's not a
I'm not
guaranteed
saying it is.
win
I'm
condition.
saying that it's been given to you because you're losing. That's what I'm saying. That is objectively the truth. It has nothing to do with how you use it. I hate it because I gave it to you if I was winning. If I was dominating the match, there was a chance I was going to lose. All you had to do was sweep, activate it, and I was in a 50-50.
So what happens if I put you in the corner in Street Fighter 6, you in burnout? What happens?
You did something wrong to be in burnout. Straight up.
Okay.
You did nothing wrong.
You do see the comparison, right, between the
No, I
two
think it's very
conditions.
bad. I'm
Okay.
telling you, one is you have access to at the beginning that you can manage from the very beginning, the
Right.
very beginning of the match.
Okay.
The other is given to you by you losing. And it is an extreme. It's not like a little comeback mechanic that's going to push you. It's something that can win the match. It is incredibly impactful. You see how he said he liked G? Retro? That is one of the scrubbiest characters I've ever seen created. That was unhealthy for the game.
Fair.
Laura? Scrubbiest character I've ever seen. Those characters literally lived on feature. Ibuki, season 2 Ibuki. Did you see how Xion won final round? That is terrible. Xion is a good player, by the way, but the way he won final round that year, I was absolutely disgusted. I was like, this is the game. The game that I love
What
so much.
What did he do? He had confirmed
He
to do a
literally
V trigger.
He was fighting, I think it was Tokido in grand finals.
Mhm.
And Xion would start to lose the round. He wouldn't start losing the round on purpose, obviously, but he would lose. He would be losing. Boom, V trigger. And remember, the bomb, the explosion would hide what side of Buki was going to land on. So you could not see Ibuki at the time during those mix-ups. So it was a 100. You couldn't even react to the 50-50. And he would
Didn't
get popped.
that got changed, right? Like they fixed it, like the bomb
They
explosion, like
absolutely
the smoke.
fixed it in season. They fixed it like it halfway into season 2. It doesn't change the fact, though. My point stands.
Mm-hmm.
If you were losing, you were given a mechanic to help you, not based on your skill, to help you come back. If you were being dominated, you were going to have a way to come back into the match. Not because even a super bar, you have to still manage while you're losing. You have to land that. V trigger was a transformation. It was, you could literally, depending on the character you're playing, it was a state. That's not healthy, in my opinion. So how can I, as a player who relies on respects of the neutral base play of Street Fighter, what makes you think I'm going to enjoy that? I'm not. Warog's V-Trigger, silly as hell. Nakali, silly as hell. Ibuki, silly. Laura, come on, get out of here. Like, there's no way I'm going to enjoy playing a game like that. Because I always told people this, and Chris G even said it too. I fear for the player who's winning the round. I absolutely fear for the player who's winning the round. Because there's going to be a point in the game where they're going to have to sustain themselves and at least block one mix-up to win the round. Even though they were dominating. Bad game. To me, that part is subjective. But if you enjoy Street Fighter V, objectively, you have to admit that there was a mechanic in the game that helped you when you were losing.
Of course, yes, that was the precipice of
that
using
is objective.
the mechanic.
That is the truth. There's no going in and out of that.
Yes. It is,
That's
but
all I'm
it's
saying.
not. But you're making it sound like it's a guaranteed win condition, though. That's what I'm
No,
like.
it's
It's a
not.
like you're guaranteed to
Not a
win if you're
guaranteed
activating
win,
V trigger.
but it was a huge help that I don't believe you should give a player.
Hmm.
You should not. Nobody should be given that much help to win a match.
Do you agree
That,
with do you agree with your defense in Street Fighter 6 being tied to meter? You agree with that?
yeah, man, your perfect parry takes your when you parry, it takes your drive gauge. It's a use of meter, something that you have access to at the beginning of the game.
Yes, that's true. But
Okay.
do you? I asked you, do you agree with how that's tied to your defense in the game?
Do I agree with it? I think I don't like anything, and this is a part of Street Fighter 6 that I do not like.
Mm-hmm.
I don't agree with anything where you add so much variance to where there's multiple layers of guessing. I don't like that. I don't like the fact that people could just wake up perfect pair. I don't like the fact that I also have to worry about you waking up EXDPing. I don't like the fact that you could neutral jump on defense. I don't like the fact that you could also.
I feel like it's similar.
It's a
I feel like
it's
I feel
not.
like, and I can I
It's
can
gonna
and
die
I'll
off
say
limits.
why. And I'll say why. I'll say why I feel like it's similar. Because in Street Fighter 6, you're spending meter to do your combo, right? You get the damage onto the opponent. I guess you burned about half of your bar, just to do this combo, right? It's tied to that mechanic.
Mm-hmm.
What happens after you complete the combo, right? You got three or so bars left. You got to manage your gauge, right? Because it's tied to your defense. Now, what if your opponent starts pressuring you, and they have more meter than you, and then now again, the
Well,
corner
you
is a
skipped
dangerous place.
steps. You just skipped a bunch of steps. So I just hit them with the combo. I hit them with the combo. I have 3 meters left, but they're on defense and I'm on offense. So let's stop there. So let's not skip anything.
I'm saying I'm giving
I
you the
just spent
situation
3
where
bars. I
mhm,
spent 3 bars
you
to do
spent,
a combo, correct?
yep, you spent 3 bars to do a combo.
Who's gonna be at advantage? My opponent or me? It's gonna
Your
be me.
opponent, your
No,
opponent's going to be at
wrong.
advantage.
If I hit you with a 3 bar combo, because I don't play trash ass characters, I play Cammy. If I spend 3 bars to combo you, it's gonna end with a spiral arrow. I promise you, and you're gonna guess between crouch and fierce punch and a throw. Or I'm gonna block because I think you
What
might
if
wake up.
what if they get their turn back? What if they force you into a situation where you
How?
have to block because they have more meter? They have a higher
I
meter.
don't have to block.
They have
I could throw you. I
That's a
don't
guess
have to
though.
block.
Yeah,
It
that's a
is a
guess.
guess.
It's like
I'm
you
not
have to
saying you're
guess
not
when
guessing
V
between
trick is
offense and
activated. You got to
defense.
guess when V trick is activated.
No, bro. Listen to what you're saying. You're talking about a mechanic that is at the start of the game. It's not given to you. It's something you have to manage from the very beginning. You're talking about a mechanic that is given to
It
somebody
could
when
be
they
it could be
lose.
managed. It could be managed just like
Yeah, to V
the
reversal
meter
to
could
get
be
out of a
managed in Street
situation
Fighter
like that,
6. Yeah,
it
it could
can
be
be.
both
It has to
meters
be.
have to be
No,
managed.
listen to me. It has to be managed in Street Fighter 6. You don't have a choice. You will lose if it's not. You can badly mismanage a V trigger and still win. There is no, in my opinion, it takes little, if no skill, to win with that V trigger. Unless you play a character whose V trigger was not impactful, which people didn't do. You were bad if you did that. You're not going to do that. So if somebody sweeps you at a high level in Street Fighter 6, they could force a gasing situation that could lead you to losing over half of your life. Because you got stunned easily in Street Fighter 5. It took nothing for somebody to get stunned in Street Fighter 5 and then lose the game. Do you want me to pull up some examples? All I got to do is go to a match with Idom. He was the king at that shit.
What I'm trying to say is both of the games have the BS. That's what I'm. I think
It's
that's
a
what I'm trying to
different
say.
form. It's what
Yeah,
you're
it's
trying.
BS in different form.
But
Like, okay,
one
all right.
is very calculating. The other isn't, is what I'm telling you. If I get you in
What?
burnout That is a form of skill. You have it at the beginning of the match, Ace.
Yes.
You have it at the beginning. If you give me V trigger at the beginning of the match, my opinion of V trigger would be completely different. Both players start with V trigger. My opinion of the game is now completely different because throughout the entire round, or V trigger, let's say you got it once per game, it'd be a completely different game. Would not be the same game. You get it for losing, and it's so impactful. You could, something I'm actually surprised at that you have not brought up. Joel, you like Street Fighter 4. Ultra was crazy. You had to land your shit for it to even come out. You had to combo into it, or you had to find a way to land it. You don't have to land your V trigger for it to even be impactful. You just have to make them block. And it was impactful. How could you possibly compare that to something like a drive rush or a drive gauge or a super meter?
Because the drive gauge is tied to the majority of the mechanics in the game.
But you
have
get
to
it
use
from the
drive gauge
beginning.
for you gotta use everything. You have to. Okay. All right. Let me try to get my point across. So what I'm saying is in Street Fighter 6, you have a meter that's tied to everything. The only difference is the super bar. It's the super bar. You got that same super bar in Street Fighter 6. Street Fighter 5. You have that same super bar. But the only difference is in that game, you can use EX moves to use your super bar. So you're it's kind of like a tougher way for you. It seems like your point is that if you get V triggered, it sounds like when you get V triggered, then the match is over. The round is over. The round is done.
No, it's not.
He
You
popped
have a
V
chance
trigger.
to still
Next
win.
round. Next
You
round.
have to still deal with it next round. Absolutely.
Next
You're
round.
going to give it to your opponent. You're going to give it to your opponent. If you're going to win the match, you're giving it to your opponent. There was no way.
So if I put somebody in burnout in the Street Fighter, so what? Okay, so let me ask you this then.
If I'm
put somebody,
that is such a bad example. That's such a bad example because I put you in that burnout state.
Yes, you put him in a burnout state, right?
About. I'm putting you in a situation where you've now negged you. What I'm saying is I'm beating your ass and you're coming from a positive. That's why I'm just like, what are you talking about? Are you talking about like if you risk drive rushing on block and then I block your mix up and it's like, oh damn, I used 3 bars for that mix up. Shame on you. You managed it badly. What are we talking about?
That's what I was. That's what I'm trying to. That's what I'm trying to.
Burnt yourself out?
My point is both games are similar in their BS factor, but it sounds like you're putting more heat on Street Fighter 5 because of a B trigger activation mechanic. What I'm saying is that both of the games have the BS. Like in 6, I feel like if you get put in burnout, you are at an advantage. You have an opportunity to lose over 50% of your health just from being in burnout. Is that not true?
But
and this is every round on top of you having super meter
steps. I can literally show you by step why B trigger is way more potent than. Give me a sec. Give me one.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, so I think where the disconnect is that the pace of the game is completely different versus like one game, everything is essentially going to come down to how these V-trigger activations going to go. Can I get him to burn his V-trigger to where I can get him to V-reversal, or I can get him to a point where he can't activate it anymore, or I have to live through this to get the round. Versus in Street Fighter 6, right? The start of a round, both players have it, right?
And what do players instinctively do at round start?
The meter. What are you talking about?
What do some, I'm not going to say all of them. I'm going to say some players. What do players instinctively do at the start of a round in Street Fighter 6?
Good players walk back and forth in most cases. A bad player, and I'm not even going to say a bad player, a drive rush at the start. I think there's some good drive rush players who train people when the drive rush works. I believe drive rush takes like 2 bars of the drive gauge. I don't even know because I don't remember. But let's say somebody's drive rushes. Can you not stop that? Do you think a drive rush? Do you think a drive rush is going to determine the entire state of the round? If somebody hits it, they could potentially be steamrolled. I'm not saying that's not a possibility, but what I'm saying is everybody has access to that shit at the beginning of the round. It's not given to them. The game innately gives it to you. It says, hey, round start fight. Both players have a full gauge of drive gauge.
Why? Let me ask you this: why do you think Street Fighter 6 is faster? Like, why do you think rounds end so fast in Street Fighter 6?
I mean, 2 people got a full stick of butter, bro. You got access to all your EX moves. You have access to explosive combos. You have access to a lot of stuff.
So a good majority of the cast can, basically get you a good hit confirm. Get a good knockdown, a good 30% combo off of that. And this is without super, by the way. This is just with using drive gauge. Every character can kind of touch you for about 30%, right? And you're getting 2 knockdowns, and you're guessing on wake up in that situation. But it's tied to your defense if you're holding back, if you're blocking. So now there's multiple situations that are going on at the same time that you have to manage and be aware of. That is kind of not the case in Street Fighter V because you're only kind of worried about the win condition V trigger. So with that being said, again, it's an activation. It's not going to kill you off of one touch type of situations where if you're blocking
2 touches, you're gone.
2 touches,
2 touches, you're gone.
but you're blocking though. But you're not. It's not.
If
You're not.
I
It's not
guess wrong,
forcing.
if
You're
I
not
guess
forcing.
wrong,
What can you do? What can you do in the corner when you're in burnout, Joel? You could try to fight back.
If
You
you
kind of try.
if you sweep in a V trigger, and after that sweep, I'm in a 50-50, and you shimmy me, God forbid I tech. God forbid I tech. I'm going to lose the game. There's a strong potential for me to lose that round now. Why do you think people just 8 throws in Street Fighter 5? Do you want to take a guess?
Go for it.
People do it in Street Fighter 6. It's just that the situation has to
Street Fighter 6.
The thing is that situation's earned in Street Fighter 6 to where in 5 your opponent gave it to you. If I sweep in a V trigger, I'm gonna use a shitty character like Ryu, for instance, in Street Fighter 5. Let's say I swept you, very basic character, and I activated it into Dijin Hadoken. Ooh, 2 hits a fireball, and I walk forward and I walk back and you tech. What you think I'm gonna do to you? I was losing, by the way, and I just did that to you. What you think is gonna happen to you? I'm gonna bust your ass. And one more mix-up after that, I can stun you off this next guess, and I'm at advantage because I just ended that combo in Tatsu. You got 2 more throws you can take before you're stunned. The next hit stuns you, and the next hit after that, I'm gonna kill you. That's cool. That's okay. That's opinionated. If you fuck with that, you fuck with that. I did not.
Okay. I think
that's not cool.
I think you're. I think my thing is that both games are BS. That's
I'm not saying it's not. It's just one of them, in my opinion. No, this is not even opinionated. One of them, your opponent gave it to you. Another one, you started with the round. The BS that's happening happens at the beginning. It's letting me know up front, hey, shit can get crazy from the start, my boy. Both people got full loaded stick of butter in this shit. Their EX moves are connected to it. Yo, you can get drilled real quick from the start now. Ain't no, my opponent gave me this, my opponent gave me that. No. Letting you know from the start, you can get ran over.
Shit can get nasty.
Shit can get nasty. I much rather that than me give my opponent. I'm dominating my opponent. And then my opponent's like, Nikali just like, sweet. You got to guess command throw, or shimmy. And then the whole game can get ran over. All you get is 2 guesses. You usually get stunned, you die. How many Nikali comebacks have you seen?
There's a couple of it.
A couple.
How many Luke comebacks have you seen? He's in both games, by the way. But how many Street Fighter 6 Luke?
How many
comebacks
Street
have
Fighter
you seen?
6 Luke comebacks? But my opponent, I didn't give my opponent the ability to come back by giving them a mechanic. It was a mechanic that was already present.
Yeah, because the mechanic is already in the game, and it's fourth.
What's your point? My point is, one is given, one isn't. That's what I want you to refute. One of them, you know what you're getting into when you get into Street Fighter 6.
I agree. I agree. I agree with you when you say that. I agree with you that one is given. One is a given.
Okay, so since one is given and one isn't, what in your opinion is more skillful? If I'm beating your ass and I uneven the playing field by beating your ass, what takes more skill in your opinion? To come back with the mechanics you've already been given, or the game giving you something to come back? I rest my case. Simple as that. I'm gonna keep it at that.
That's a double-edged sword, because I'm basing this off of the mechanics of the game. I'm looking at the mechanics of the game on that. I can't just outright say that, simply because if it were different, like if the systems were identical, like if one, like for example, if V Trigger was in 5, right, and if they had the same exact mechanic but like added something new in 6, then I would kind of agree with that statement.
What are you talking about adding? That's what you're, clear that thought up. That's a very clouded thought. Like, what do you mean by all that?
Like I said, it was two different mechanics, like two different games.
It is two different mechanics. One is more constant while the other isn't. Again, that is not opinionated. That is what I
agree with.
Yeah. I agree with you. One is given, one isn't.
Yeah. Given. Yes, I agree with you on that. My point is, what I was trying to say is that both of the games have the BS in it. You agree that
every game has BS in it.
Yeah,
every game does.
So here's my thing. Then let me see this. So here's my thing. Why does Street Fighter 5 get so much shit if 6 is in the same boat?
No, it's not.
Yeah, because one is given. Yeah, because you said one is given. You don't like the fact that.
Oh my God. No way you just said that after what I just said. And then you said that shit was the same thing. No way. You didn't just do that. Bro, listen to me. I'm going to say this shit one more time, because like now I'm just repeating. I'm like sound like a broken record. If I'm beating your ass in Street Fighter, just like me and you played, you want to know how I always beat you in Street Fighter 5? I knew if I lived the Ed mix-up, I was just going to beat you because you had nothing for me. The only chance you had of winning when me and you played, Shadow Ace, because now I'm gonna make it. Now it has to be a personal example now. Is if you landed that at a V trigger, you had nothing for me. That's what the matchup came down between two players like you and me. You couldn't out footsie me. I had a better fireball game than you. If you jump, I always anti-aired you. So what you were gonna do to have a chance against me is that, I can make Joel block this. I can make Joel block right here. I can gain some space with this V trigger. What would you do? You would activate. You would block behind your fireball. Good shit, by the way. You should do that. You should do that. But there was no other way for you to beat me. And I gave you that V trigger by beating your ass. Street Fighter 6, we are on the same playing field. I'm not worried about what I'm going to give you. I'm worried about simply playing better Street Fighter than you. That's it. There's not another variable for you to come back with except with the shit that you're already given. Does that make sense? I just used an example.
Yeah. I agree.
Okay, cool.
I agree with you.
Cool. I had to play through the fact that I was going to give you something.
I had to play through the fact when we played Akuma versus Ed, there was going to be a point in the match that where you could come back because of your V trigger. I was like, after I give him this V trigger, I know I'm going to have to block a sweep or I'm going to have to block standing fierce punch. He's going to activate and I have to block this. I got mad low life. I will break like a pretzel because I play Akuma. If he lands a jump in, I'm like, explode. You were given the opportunity. You did not earn that opportunity. It was given to you. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I'm agreeing with you.
Oh, okay.
I'm literally agreeing with you.
Okay.
I'm on the same
Okay.
side. I agree. I literally said I agree with you.
In Street Fighter 6, there's nothing given. Everything's on the table right there from the start. So it's up to you to manage it and for you to outplay your opponent with the tools you've been given. I like Street Fighter 6 more simply because of that. And I was really good at Street Fighter 5, bro. Really good. I placed really well at Matrix. Never won anything, but I placed real well. I was ranked the #1 Ryu player in the world at one point. I understand the fuck out of that game. That game sucked, in my opinion. Because of that. But I regret. I'm gonna leave it at that. If you still like it, I have nothing against people who like it. I don't like Marvel vs. Capcom 3. People love the hell out of that game. You know? Hey, good shit. Your Ed was mad good though. I'm not saying you sucked.
I mean, I understand the example you were giving. We did play in we played in grand finals at what tournament was that?
We played a couple grand finals, dog.
Trying to think of the one at the Georgia World Congress Center. What was
MomoCon?
What was that? MomoCon? I think it was MomoCon.
Yep.
Yeah, it was me. It was me, you, in grand finals, and then Bates had ended up getting third, I believe.
Darius did.
Yeah. Who?
It was Darius.
Darius was there? I don't think Darius was there.
Yeah, no, Darius was there. Darius got third.
Was that 2016?
Yep. Yeah, you actually sent me to losers, and I had to come back and beat you, reset you, and beat you at that tournament. I remember that tournament. That's the first time you ever sent me to losers in a bracket.
I think it was. I don't know if that was. I can't remember. It's been too long. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I remember every tournament I played in. I remember the very first tournament entered to every tournament I ever done.
Every single one. Yeah.
Every single one.
Kept all your medals and your badges.
Oh, yeah. I mean, why not? I got them.
All right.
I got the little MomoCon tournament. You know, I got the trophy for when I beat you. I got it right here.
The trophy from when you, the trophy from when I beat you is out of control. Damn, yo.
I mean, we were talking about it, so I just let you know, like it says first place, MomoCon.
By the way, you know what I'm saying?
Super Street Fighter 5.
I mean, I still see my medals of it. You know, I think I still got my MomoCon medal over there somewhere in my box. Good times, man. Back when the rivalries and there was actually something going on. Yeah.
I don't feel like I had any rivalries. I think the only rival I had inside of Georgia was DBJ, and I don't even think he considered me his rival. I think DBJ, Drusev, Ramen Addict.
Damn, you going way back then.
They pushed me to be better players. I wanted to beat them so bad. Those are the only players I ever wanted to beat in my scene really, really bad. Those guys used to wreck me.
2010, 2011?
I wasn't in the scene. I wasn't in the scene in 09. I wasn't in the scene in 010. I came in 11.
Arcade edition, right?
Yeah. So
that's
I came like late Super Street Fighter 4. It was late Super
that's like
Street
around
Fighter
12 or 13.
So
damn, it's been over 10 years?
Yeah, bro.
Go? Wow. That's crazy to think about, but yeah, you said those players push you to get better, so no, they molded you. Just like
wanted to these guys. Like the very first time I ever played Ramen Addict, he beat me in a way where I was like, I'm clearly outclassed.
clearly outclassed. And I had somebody I could kind of chase to where I was like, I can use this guy as a measuring stick for how good I am.
Mm-hmm.
If I start to get close, even if I lose, if I do better next time, I know I'm improving.
Right.
I didn't have to necessarily win. I didn't care about winning. I was like, as long as I'm getting better, I'm fine. I think people look too much to win. Just seek improvement. Don't seek to win. Seek improvement, because through improvement, naturally you're gonna win.
Right.
And so all I did, it was use the only person I'm truly competing with is myself.
Mm.
I'm
That's
not
deep.
competing. Like, that's the only person I'm competing with.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking to get better. I'm not paying attention to how if you're going to get better or not. I'm looking to get better. But those are the three players who pushed me. Cardell did too, but Cardell was teaching me. Cardell's like my sensei. So I wouldn't even use him as an example. He helped me catch those guys. I never looked at Adam as a rival. I never looked at Terrence as a rival. I never looked at those guys. I can't, because I helped them so much. I was like,
Yeah, I
don't do
think
this.
your thing was your thing was traveling. Like, you prefer to compete outside of the state versus
Like,
inside.
I mean,
Yeah.
I feel like I had conquered everything here. I won every tournament you could possibly win inside of Georgia. So there was nothing else for me to conquer here. So I got bored when I competed at my locals. Because I was seeking greatness. I wasn't seeking to just be a state, rule this shit with a fucking iron fist. I wanted to win a major. Never did.
Mm.
You know, I won plenty of regionals. Well, people said Midwest Championships was a major. I did win that, but I don't count that because there was nobody there. Like, who I would consider great. I wanted to beat great players, which I did. I did beat some great players, but I never won the tournament. I got some fucking heads.
Collected some skulls, yeah. You did collect a few skulls.
I beat the fuck out of some people. So, you know,
That footage still out there, like the mid, like the would you be able to find the footage if you look for it on YouTube or something? Like,
yeah, I'm all over
okay.
YouTube. They got a compilation of me in Street Fighter 4.
But I gotta look at that because it's been too long. So I'm like, let me see.
If you type in Joel Ryu, I'm popping up. 100%, I'm popping up.
You put that in Google. I can put it in Google. I can put that shit and put his name in Google, and that shit will pop up with some links and some information.
Yeah, maybe.
That's wild, bro. He said, "Google my name." Wow.
No, on YouTube. Well, maybe on Google. I wouldn't be surprised.
I think I can. Hold on, let me see. Dead ass. Hold on, it might actually pull up your information. I ain't gonna lie.
I've done some shit, but nothing that I would consider great.
Oh, I mean, they're pulling up the name Ryu. There's actually people out there named Joel Ryu.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you see, you know, but if you go on YouTube and you type in Joel with the Ryu next to my name, oh, some shit's gonna pop up.
I see.
Yeah. Yeah, my whole thing is like, I feel like inside of the state, when I stopped having people who I feel like who could push me to be better, I got bored of the state. Because then I became that person for other people. Like, it was like Adam clearly wanted to beat me, Terrence clearly wanted to beat me, Nasi clearly wanted to beat me, KB clearly wanted to beat me. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So the roles got reversed.
You had those factors, like people to help you and
I
push
became
you.
the guy to beat. I was that guy. So the reason I didn't care as much about beating them as much as they cared about beating me is because, one, I've already beaten them. I knew I could beat them. And then the other thing was they couldn't make me any better. I could only make them better. I had nobody to chase anymore. And that was close to me. Does that make sense?
Right.
I love Street Fighter 4.
There was a level like beyond what you like what you had, like what you presented, what you played at. You felt like there was nothing else that can really get you to. I mean, it
Nobody
didn't feel
made
like
me.
not a challenge, but it's just like it was minimal effort for you.
If I actually put in time to beat the like, all I would have to do, and I never did this in five, by the way. If I studied footage of somebody, I was gonna know how to beat them, especially inside of Georgia. If I studied footage of you, you were beat. I did that in four. I did it in four. I only did it one time. I did it one time for KB because KB kind of had my number in five, and we went to a tournament in Tennessee, and I hadn't beaten him that season yet. I told Pierre. Pierre didn't. Pierre was like, "Yo, if you beat KB, if you finally study this dude and beat him when you could have beat him at the Red Bull qualifier, I'm gonna be pissed at you." I was like, "I'm gonna beat him for $800 though." I studied KB. I beat him at that tournament.
You beat him for the $800, huh?
100%. I want $800.
Damn.
And everybody's like, Joel, why didn't you just do it back then? I was not interested in beating KB. I was not interested in beating Terrence. I was not interested in beating Adam. Didn't care to. I knew I could. Didn't care to. I can do it now. Whoever the best in Georgia is, if I study them and I go play, I will beat them.
Well, they're there. You know, if you
And
get
I
bored
don't care to.
one weekend,
I don't
I
care
know.
to.
I'm just saying, like if if one weekend, you got some extra time available, they're sitting there for you.
I don't care to, bro. I don't find
Yeah.
anybody. They don't make me feel like strength. Like, it's like, dude, when I first fought Drew and he did 100, he hit me with jump fierce punch, 100 hand slapped me, and did stand roundhouse. I was like, first of all, how does that work? That's the first thing that was going through my head. How the fuck did this dude just do this? How did he just do that combo? Why is he able to do that combo? It's not the same anymore, dog.
Mm-hmm.
Like all that,
Is it? You
all
think it's
that.
because you just gotten older and like your interests have changed? Is that what it is? Like, because you're not
No,
as
bro, it's not the
because
same.
you're not younger. Nah,
Well, I did have more time on my hands back then, for sure.
Mhm.
But think about that. Like, dude, if I land a jump in this game now, I can type the combo in and it kind of does itself. Yo, Drew had to do a stand jump, like a jump roundhouse, right? Piano that shit, and then the other part was a one frame link. When he did the stand roundhouse at the end, that wasn't easy to do. That just wasn't easy to do. You weren't gonna fight Honda players who could do that. You get what I'm saying? So it was like, yo, how good is this guy? Like, I couldn't even fathom how good he was. When Drew first beat me, the first thing that went through my head is, can I beat this guy? Am I capable of beating this guy? I haven't met somebody that's made me. Drew, Adam, Ramen Addict, the Adon player, and DB made me question myself when I used to play Street Fighter. Because I'd be like, nigga, how am I going to beat these people? Rashid did too. Shinker, that motherfucker was disgusting. Rashid, disgusting. They don't make them like that no more, dog. Because of the way these games are.
Different generation.
It's not just a different generation. It was, you could really appreciate certain things because you knew how long it took to master it. I know that those players probably sat in training mode and rep that shit like a few times, more than a few times, to not drop that shit. Yo, you know Neon Verte?
Mm-hmm.
The Adam, his
Yeah.
Rose never got better than Shanker's Rose. It never got better than his. But Adam had more tech than him, but fundamentally, never got better than Rashid's. It never got better than Rashid's. Why? He couldn't shoot a fireball like Rashid could. He couldn't place a standing roundhouse like Rashid could. It's just they was different, dog. They were built different back then. Like I can't really explain that, John. It's something you just had to feel and witness. The players today, I'm like, you're good, but I'll never know if you hit a wall here, how that wall was taken down for you.
It would be a whole conversation, like a whole topic, because I do have something to say about that. Like I feel that social media, I feel like a large part of it is because of social media. I'm going to say that right now.
So you
for
think
this
the
today.
execution hasn't gotten any easier? We
Hmm?
knew they put one
Oh
framework.
yeah. The execution is definitely easier. Yeah, but I'm saying like as far as like players training and grinding and like it's a
Oh no,
different like
it's
the
more
atmosphere.
competitive now. It's more competitive. It's way more competitive now. I'm not even going to talk about that. It's so many more people playing now today than there ever was. I'm not going to get into that. That's like a stupid conversation. I'm not going to even argue that the player then is better than the player now. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying the passion and grit that you had to have to compete back then was different because you wasn't doing it for nothing but the love of the game. And the game itself tested you to see how badly you wanted to be good. Like, dog, I couldn't go Shadow Ace. I shit you not, bro. My first combo I ever learned in Street Fighter 4 was jumping roundhouse sweep. I couldn't do anything else. I'm not executionally gifted as a player. All that shit y'all saw me doing with Ryu back at Street Fighter 4. Ask me if I can do that shit now. I can't. I lost it because I had to practice it a lot. Ask me though if I can jump on Street Fighter 5 and I can do all those combos I used to do back then. Yes, I can. It's easy. It's free.
It's gonna keep going in that direction.
Yeah, and that's okay. But you lost me.
So not the same not the same.
Not the same satisfaction, man. It's just not. That's all it is. That's all it is. It's just
Right.
It's just not. When I do a combo with Akuma and Street Fighter 5, it's like everybody can do this. Or I can't be creative. I can't be as expressive. It's just I feel like I used to be able to express myself in Street Fighter 4. I can't do it in these games now because everything's so plain cut, Jane. You know what I mean? Right. So that's okay. It's fine. So
on the end of the podcast here. So I definitely do appreciate you, man, Joel, for coming through, man, and speaking with us, man. I can't thank you enough, man. I think this was a very informative episode for sure. I'll definitely be listening to it when I do work, when I work tomorrow and go through all this paperwork and stuff. So I'll put the podcast on for sure just to re-listening to everything. But again, thank you so much for your time. Retro, do we got the closing ads here?
Yep. So next Saturday actually is our big event, little mini majors going on. As you can see, we're gonna have our Easy Kai event, our little Middle Georgia mini major, I'll call it at this point. And we have upgraded to an actual convention. So we'll have, of course, the tournament and of course a few other activities with some music, some performances. We actually gonna have a special guest who's the voice actor from Nurse Joy from the Pokemon series. And of course, we have plenty of vendors, anime trivia, and so much more. But of course, more focus on the task at hand, having the tournament itself, we are going to have at least $300 in the pot, and we'll now counting because we're going to have some bonuses added to it for sure. Thanks to also Maturino and our sponsors. But yes, Street Fighter 6, Tekken 7, Tekken 8, Under Night and Birth 2, and Guilty Gear will be the main games. And also we'll have Smash Brothers as well featured. But next Saturday and Sunday we'll be having that tournament. The early registration for $40 will be ending on Saturday. So after Saturday evening, then it'll be going up to $55 for the week of. So you guys can go ahead and register as soon as possible. Of course, our social media have all the links for sure. But yes, if you're interested in checking out the tournament, come through. But of course, we're just a small part of that as far as the Georgia events, because we are going to have our part 2 of Max Mode, which I have Shadow Ace to explain more about.
For sure, man. Well, you coming through the Max Mode?
I will be there. I will support my friend Bates and, Marco and Nani and all them hold that tournament. So I will be there to at least support. I will not be competing, but I will be there to support. I'll be in the crowd cheering my head off.
You're already doing, more than 70-80% already. So I do appreciate that. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, Max Mode, there's the date that you guys see it going on the 25th to the 27th. That weekend at the hotel, very lovely venue. A lot of amenities within the area there to check out, a lot of scenery, check out good places to eat, shop as well. Right across the street from a Publix, Smoothie King, good, just a good venue, man. We had a great time last year, and it's only gonna get better this year. I think the main hotel might be sold out. I'd have to double check that, but I do know that attendance numbers are quite high here, so it'll definitely be more foot traffic, for sure, going on this year, and it just gives us a taste of what we used to have back in the olden days, man, from final round. So I'm very very excited to be a part of that event. Here, big shout outs to Marco, Nani, Bates, Patrick, all
Big
of
shout
the
out to those people, man. Big
man, the
shout
whole
out.
entire Dirty
Yeah.
Llama, Manny, like all of the whole entire crew, man. Like they're magical people. That's what all I can say. They're magical, man. They making something like this happen, for year 2. Uh, and this just shows the passion and the hard work on there, man, that they putting in. Um, you know, so shout outs to Maximo going down on that date. Big shout outs to Sir Retro with his event going down for Isekai next week, too, as well. Shout outs to Retro and his scene in the making, for making it happen. I think we said it at the beginning how active their scene is now, which is great. I love seeing the activity, the conversations that they have within the different games in their community. So that community is definitely growing and getting new faces in too as well. So big shout outs to Retro. Retro, you going to Max Mode?
Unless something personal comes up, I should be able to attend. I already know that many of our guys either signed up and pretty much going to be there. I know, I would say
Okay.
at least 10 of us. Sure. That at least 10 of us.
All right. Well, that sounds like a plan. Hope I can see you. If not, I'll definitely catch you on the flip side of doing the next episode of the podcast here for sure. So again, this will be archived here for your listening pleasure too as well. So if you missed out on the beginning of the episode, feel free to listen in, and we'd love to hear you if you're interested in joining in on a future cast for sure. But that's gonna be it for us here over on the I Got Next team for me and Retro. Joel, where can the good people find you at?
I have no social media at this point in my life. So in person.
In person. There you go.
Yeah,
That's the best way you could. That's the best way you could hit up Joel is in person, man.
Yeah, I have like an outdated Twitter, so I'm technically on Twitter, but I don't check my DMs. I don't get on Twitter. I don't get on Facebook. I keep my life very, very private.
There you go.
Yeah, so
You gotta run it just
if
like
you see
Ryu,
me,
man. Just like Ryu.
yeah. So if you see me, you see me.
There you go. If you see him somewhere, point him out, man. He might have the red headband on and the knapsack. You know what I'm saying? But that's Joel in person, man. But Retro, where can the good people check you out at?
Of course, virtually almost anywhere. Of course, like Twitter and Facebook, Instagram, Discord, SirRetro08. Meaning the best way you can find me. You can even Google me, and it'll give you some links to where I am. But definitely feel free to reach out to me at any point in time. Even down to play some sets, even though to hang out or to come to our scene and check out tournaments, not only just here but all over Georgia and beyond. I'm pretty much open to communicate on that front. But yes, that's where you can find me at on most virtual social media. For Shadow
All
Ace.
right, you guys. Yep, you guys can check me out on the Twitters at Mina Shadow Ace on X.com. Usually hang out with the Untamed Gaming crew working in their events for commentary. You may see me at an event here and there, online tournaments. But for the most part, you can catch me here, live and direct on the I Got Next Street Fighter podcast. This is episode number 11. Number 12 is already cooking in the background for sure. So I can't wait to talk to our guests in episode 11. Excuse me, episode 12. But episode 11 is definitely going to be one that you're going to want to hear back for sure. But we're out the door. GG's. You guys be safe. Take care. Thank you so much for tuning in. And Retro, where you going to send the good people?
All right, I'll see you guys over to Femshep. She's playing some Street Fighter herself. Show some support and stuff. And my cat meowing in the background. But y'all guys take it easy and have a good night. Take care, y'all. GG's.
Peace.
Peace.
Later.